Oh, I'm trying to get my shit together. I've cried a couple times, but it was good cries. It was like gracious, thankful. Just thank you so much cries. From the appreciation from the audience members I got to speak to after uh, Kill Tony and um, um, just thanking Jesus um, for the opportunity and to know I got little Lulu immortalized now. He's not just on my YouTube channel where people can find, there's that guy that was on YouTube. He is forever on the internet on one of the biggest platforms in the world. Lucius Fox, my little buddy. Um, I failed. I mean, I totally screwed up my minute. I told this other chick after my set, this other comic, she was like, "What's your minute?" And I told it to her, and she's like, "That doesn't take a minute to say." I said, "I know, but I got up there and I started saying fuck more than I wanted to. I just started stuttering over my lines. I started just explaining stuff too long. You know, it was just dumb. And then I got the cat, I got the meow, and I had it in my head where I've practiced it that I pretty much end at the meow or a little after the meow. Like it's like a minute 9 or so, or that I have. I just over explained things and fucked it up, and before I could get to the final punchline, which is kind of like a, it's not really, you guys have seen it before on my other videos, but like I said, I'm an old school professional wrestler too. I don't always go for the laugh. Sometimes I just go for the pop, and I got one pop, and I was trying to progress to the next pop, which was more of a ha-ha pop. I didn't get to it though. I was like, right as I put um, things into position to say the final, it's 3 lines. Well, it's 4 lines. He sticks the fire extinguisher up the guy's ass and says, "What the fuck did you say to me, Macron?" And then I say, now get the fuck out of my office and get the fuck out of my country. Now hit my fucking music. And like I've done it a couple times. I know it. You know what I mean? I've done it in my head for so many fucking times over and over again. I've said it over and over again. I've done it here. I've done it on other sets and stuff. But I also had like more time on the other sets. Like I know I'd have 5 minutes, and I actually would tell the longer version of it and stuff. But I know I had a version of just going, I'm tired of people getting words wrong. Vance Jones interview. Right into Team America World Police. And I didn't summarize the explanations and stuff like I normally do and everything. I don't know. I just cooked it around my mouth. I never get nervous, like ever. I said I was going to worry about talking about this tomorrow. But I never get nervous ever. Like all these times I go up on set, it's more of a like, oh, all right, here we go. I gotta get that mindset motivated, and I'll start like, I usually like I'll watch the crowd a little bit first. I'm like, okay, that's the type of crowd it is. Maybe I shouldn't try that joke. Maybe I'll try this joke. I'll do this because I just want to kind of make people happy. And so I'll change my set like 3 or 4 times before I even go up on stage, and then I even change it when I go up there because you do crowd work, and I do try different. It brings other things to mind or something. I'll say another quick short joke or something. But it always resonated pretty well. But yeah, like I said, I flubbed it, and I got the bear, and I didn't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? I just shut my mouth. You know what I mean? I didn't try to keep pushing through. I didn't try to still try to say the last couple lines. That's all the time I get. I gotta shut the fuck up now. I'm in my head. I'm pretty sure. I think I said it. I think the first thing I said was, "I'm sorry, sir." I swear I said, "I'm sorry." I'm certain I said, "I'm sorry, sir," at least once or twice. I didn't want to cut them off. I didn't want to upset anybody. I just wanted to. I didn't want to take up time. I didn't want to waste time. You know, I don't want to waste their time. But you know, I would love to talk about really fun and funny stuff and with them and more stuff. But I don't know. It was the weirdest thing. I don't, like I said, I don't get nervous. Any of these sets that I've ever done, except for the first one. Like when I first came back to do it, like, okay, it's been a long time since you just stood in front of fucking people with a microphone. We gotta get these jitters out of us. And it was good and fun and awkward, you know what I mean? And I was like, I got a couple little giggles, and I was like, oh, you know, I can't be upset with that, you know what I mean? And then after that, it was just like, okay, this is what we do now. We go up, this duck, bada, 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 boom. I've talked to other guys who said they do it for years and they get nervous before they go up every time, and I'm like, I don't. Like, I don't know what it is. I don't. Like, I'm too much in my head, I guess, analyzing things and thinking about things. And then, like, I'm more focused on, like, oh, man, I hope I don't fuck anyone's time up or waste their time or say, I don't, I just don't want to fuck anything up for anyone, more so. And I want people to just have a good time. But they call this one guy's name. We're all sitting around at Shakespeare's. They call this one guy's name. He doesn't respond. They're calling him. I remembered his first name, but I'm not going to repeat it because I don't want to upset anybody or anything. But they kept repeating his name. He no-showed. They said, all right. Cole, I think his name, he gets on the phone. He runs over to the door, and he's like trying to get things organized and figured out. And because they got to draw another fucking name out of the hat now. And I was getting ready to throw some pizza boxes away, and that guy no-showed, and I was like, all right, buddy, well, let's just stand here and sit and wait, you know, you never know, let's just sit. And sure enough, it almost doesn't make sense, it almost doesn't register. Matthew Coffin, and I was like, yeah, there it is, here we go, buddy, and I was fine. I was like, this is it, you know what I mean, this is what we've been waiting for, this is it, here we go, buddy. And we get up, and I start walking towards the back steps. I meet Cole. His eyes kind of light up for a second. He's like, oh, it's you? You know what I mean? And it's like, yep. You know what I mean? Like, here we go. Let's do this. And like, are we cool with the dog? He's calling to see if it's cool with the dog. If the dog's cool and everything. I'm like, dude, he's 100% service animal. I can show you the fucking certification if I have to. Oh my goodness. So I skipped, that was cleared, but right, it was the weirdest thing. It like hit me. It like the solar plexus. It was like this like tightening, ungodly, like weird, like pain, like in your solar plexus. Like it's not even your gut. It's like in your solar plexus, and it just like tough and twists and hurts. And it was just this hard pit in the center of my chest. I'm like, oh, you're fucking kidding me, right? I'm like, stop it. You don't get nervous. Chill the fuck out. Get over yourself. Fucking stop. Why are you fucking feeling like this? You know what your minute is. You know, just think about, you know how it goes. Da-da-da-da-da-da. We're going to do this. Just fucking relax. And yeah. And I just couldn't get it to go away. I talked to Mr. Montgomery backstage, William Montgomery. He's a very nice gentleman. Oh my God, he's a sweet man. I've met so many sweet people out here. It's terrific. Yeah, and I got a little sip of water or two, and they take the bottle before you come back out. My mouth was getting dry when I got out there and everything. It's just insane. It's like, it makes no sense. I'm like, why is this fucking happening to me? And like I said, I stumbled through my fucking joke. Didn't get it out, got the bear. The guests were Sam Talent and Adam Ray and another young gentleman. I didn't catch his name, and he's definitely got to be new. He wasn't Matt Rife. It was a young white dude, black hair. Looked just very nice, healthy young man. Adam Ray is wonderful. I think Unless I don't I thought I knew that character. I'd seen him dress up like a woman before and stuff like that, and it I almost feel like he almost broke character a couple times because he was like he really wanted he was like he wanted to almost engage with me more, and he wanted to shake my hand and stuff, and just the look in his face, like he's just this really sincere, sweet gentleman. Um, Feel him wanting to shake my hand and stuff. I think my nervous energy was annoying Tony. I wish I could talk more fun and comfortable stuff with him. Um, but yeah, Sam Talent. I feel so bad. Like I heard a couple things he said, and it was funny, and I went along with it. But I had a hard time hearing a couple other things he said, so I kind of just like nodded and smiled. And, oh, okay. But man, Adam was sweetheart. He said something and I missed it, and it was really weird because you look up over there, Adam. Because I looked at Sam and then I thought I heard Tony say something. I looked over and it looked more like Adam was saying something, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said. You say something, and it looked like then because Adam kind of like leaned back a little bit. And I was like, I'm sorry. He said, oh, and he was like, yeah, I guess he was like, never mind. And then I looked, and then I was eye contact with Tony, and Tony was like, I haven't said anything yet. You know, it's like, not yet. You know, it's like, I was like, so I got into a couple little stories. I probably should have got into wrestling more. I mean, I mean, I wore my fucking Jay Briscoe shirt and everything. Man. But yeah, it wasn't the greatest, but I couldn't ask for anything more. I mean, they didn't hate me. They didn't hate me. They didn't say, "Oh my God, you're such a fucking idiot. You wasted our fucking time." Blah 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 or nothing. They were like, "That I got a medium." It says big joke book, but I looked at it. I'm like, this is obviously not a big joke book, you know. But I thought like the little ones were like this size or even smaller. So when I went backstage, I had a couple small words with Mr. Montgomery again. Such a sweet man. Shook some people's hands and just went out back. And when I went back to behind Shakespeare's, Mark, another a comedian, doorman, gentleman, very nice guy, works for a lot of people, does a lot of stuff out here on the scene. He's sitting back there in a lawn chair chilling. He's like, "So how'd it go?" You know, and I'm like, "I fucked it up." You know what I mean? He's like, "It's all right though." He's like, "You did it. You went out there. You know what I mean? You did it." I was like, you know, it was exactly as I predicted. You know, it was exactly as I predicted. Lucius killed. Oh my God, Cameron, quit being stupid. Lucius killed. It was great. Like he's usually like right by me, and the curtains opened up, and it's like, all right, here we go. You know, it's like come through the curtain, and like I'm gonna go to the microphone, da da da. And Lucius is always like right by me, but I guess he's never like. I guess the curtains fucked with him because like two guys stand on either side of it, and they pull the curtains open. And I think Lucius was like, "Yo, what the fuck are you doing?" You know what I mean, kind of thing. And I walk through the curtain, and they close the curtain. And I look back and I see the curtains closed, but my leash is running through the back thing, and through the curtain, and I'm like, "Come on, Bubby, hey, come here, come on, buddy," and he comes through the curtain. As soon as Lucius comes through the curtain, boom, it popped. It was funny, and I picked him up later, and it popped again. But yeah, when I was talking to Mark, he was like. I say, it says big, but I don't. He's like, oh, it's a medium. He's like, it's a medium. I was like, okay. So it's like they didn't hate me, but you know they were like, at least I had a premise and a setup. I just fucked it up to get through it. But we didn't even talk about that. We just talked about some of the silly things I've done happened to me in my life and stuff. And I guess it was kind of traumatic and depressing and scary. But I tried to did it jovially and happily and stuff. But it was a lot of sad stuff. I was like, it's been an emotional couple months for me. Moving out here and getting settled in, but I couldn't be more grateful. I'm happy that I was able to at least show who I am on the world stage, and I was able to show my heart and my intentions, and you know how I think we should carry ourselves and just not be afraid to to talk about uncomfortable things and have a good time. And I couldn't be happier. They didn't hate me and they gave me a medium joke book and you know it was because they're like, you're a really nice guy. Like you seem like a sweet guy. And it's like I can't be mad. Adam, I think I said I don't know if I laughed or said thank you, but he said it's amazing. You're quite articulate for such a spaz. As I was just like blah 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 blah, and I felt like I had to get like the words out, and I didn't want to waste your time, and like my mouth was getting dry, so I'm like, I gotta say what I can say while I can say it, and my throat's still kind of wacky and fucked up, so I can't do my voices and stuff that I like to do. But like I said, end of the day, it wasn't a total train wreck. I'm going to be my own worst critic and beat myself up the most. But I'm just going to go and have fun and do silly short jokes next time if I can get up there again and just do a couple of silly cute things. And then see if we can get another good interview in and go deeper into some stuff and maybe talk about wrestling a little bit and whatnot. But yeah, I'm going to start playing some games. See if my cousin's playing. I'm gonna get my Whataburger put together. I don't ask him for jalapenos. I buy my own jalapenos. He says he's online. I don't know if it's gonna start work or not, but we'll see. Oh man, I've just been just so chew.
Yo, what's up?
Hey. I was just shooting a little video, but I called you because we're gonna start playing some games here. It wasn't like it's not. I started going on one of my rants, even though it's not one of my rant videos. But
Oh.
it's just been. I've cried a couple times afterwards because I just thank you, Jesus, for giving me this chance and this opportunity, and now I got my little buddy immortalized forever. You know what I mean? Like. It's pretty wild, and then like talking to people after the show, and like because I ran into quite a few people that were in the audience,
Yeah.
and they were like, "Dude, you were awesome." I said, "You shut the fuck up. I fucked up by minute." They're like, "No, man, like you're there now. You're a part of the fucking Kill Tony family now. You're fucking there." They're like, "Dude, there was this other kid earlier. He fucking sucked, and there's this other people. They were pretty cool and funny, but like, dude, no." You need to keep coming back. Like, we need to hear more from you. We want to hear more from you, and all this shit like that. And that dog's awesome, and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh my god, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? I'm happy people liked it and it resonated with some people, but I mean, I just told them like a little bit about how I had surgery when I was a kid, and how a little bit about Candace's story about a girl ran away from Colorado to see me. Yeah, it's crazy, man. And it's like I wish I got to do it better. And I wasn't so fucking nervous and fucking stupid. I never get fucking nervous, but
Well, that's done now.
yeah,
And
it's
that might have endeared you to people.
yeah, and it's everything. It's everything I could ask for. I can't complain. People got to see who I am on the world stage, and they didn't hate me, they didn't dislike me, but I wasn't like the greatest or nothing. It's not like I was expected like to be like, of course nothing goes as
You
planned.
weren't expecting to be the greatest.
I mean,
All this shit is fairly new to you.
yeah, it didn't go as planned at all, but they still gave me a medium joke book. Do you know how you don't even get to finish your joke? Your joke doesn't even fully land. You didn't even get a lot of laughs, and they still gave me a medium joke book. Like, that doesn't fucking happen. I didn't even realize I got a medium joke book. I thought I got a little one just because he was being nice, and I went backstage and I talked to a bouncer friend of mine. He said, "Oh, it's a medium." But it was because of, at the end of the day, because I just, like I said, when I came out here, just kindness, patience, and persistence. And I always try to, exemplify Jesus and whatnot, but like in an entertainment world aspect, I just constantly have William Shatner in my head. You know what I mean?
Um, I
Like
mean, I know who William Shatner is, but
because he's just known in the business, like he got steady work all of his career because he was just known for being just a nice guy to everybody, and they're like, dude, let's fucking give William a line or two. You know what I mean? Like
mm, he broke Mike Staklas's heart, and I'll never forgive him for that.
who did?
William Shatner, that was a
William
joke.
Shatner broke Mike's glasses hard. Oh, but yeah, it's oh my god, so it's not even like it's so I don't know. It's not like this great, wonderful, crazy, fantastic thing or nothing, but it's so weird, you know. It's like the first time you have sex. It's never what you think or expect, or, you know, whatever. But it's like
I don't think I played guitar in like 3 days. I need to
I didn't even get to
play
bring a
more
J.
guitar.
I wore my J.
Or my goddamn calluses start fucking healing again.
That's always weird. Those first blisters. But I didn't even bring up J, and I was wearing my J shirt.
Have you seen? I might ask you this already. The intro to Peacemaker season 2. So
No.
fucking good.
I'm putting together my Whataburger right now. I just, oh my god, I finally like
Oh yeah.
sit down, chilling a little bit. What did I do? Did I just throw?
Yeah. I may have asked you this before, but did you see the intro to um, Peacemaker season 2? So fucking good.
Yeah, you just asked me just now, but oh man, I turned on the wrong game.
Yeah.
Let me close this. Confirm. I'm gonna go look at it right now. Come on, camera, quit being silly. Follow me. It was following me. That's why it was all turned around.
Make sure you get season 2. Season 1 is good too, but they're two different songs.
Yeah, I vaguely remember. I remember one. I remember the Bollywood type stuff that they did and everything, but I don't remember the song.
The funny thing is, they're both kind of modern songs. When I say modern for me, I guess, because they both sound like old songs, but like the first season sounds like a glam metal song from the 80s, but it's from the 2000s. And this one sounds like a Queen song, maybe.
I'm starting it.
Yeah, it's Patrick something. You're right.
The Terminator 2 guy.
Yeah, he's the T1000.
Yeah, he's the leader of the wolves in True Blood.
Yeah, he'll always be the T1000
Oh yeah.
to people of a certain age.
Yeah, his action figure is really cool. There's high model, expensive ones, and I was actually watching some of his behind the scenes stuff recently too, where he just kind of talks about some things that people didn't know, like behind the scenes during the Terminator movie. Like he like actually like struck fucking Arnold at one point by accident. And he's like, he just took it like a pro too, and then told me afterwards he was like, yeah. But there was another one that was pretty funny. I can't remember what it was now, but yeah. Yeah, I
Are
saw
you
another.
playing the? Are you playing the tutorial in Magic?
I'm not playing anything right now. I saw another comedian though when I was walking back from one club to another tonight, and he was like, "Hey, blah blah." And we started talking and stuff. He's like, "I'm starting a podcast." I'm like, "Hey, I got a podcast." You know, so we're both gonna try to do each other's shows and shit.
That's cool.
And I told that to the guy backstage. He told me that my thing was a medium joke book, and I told him about it. He's like, "Fuck yeah, bro! I'll fucking do it." He's like, "Just fucking, here's my number, here's my shit." You know what I mean? He was like, "We'll get together, we'll figure it out." He's like, I was just talking to somebody. I need to do more podcasts and stuff and blah blah blah." I was like, "Great, cool. This is going to start being something." You know what I mean? I'm creating a fucking platform. I'm creating a stage. I'm creating, you know, whatever. fuck I can to give people another outlet to do shit, and it's really cool. Trying to make things happen. Gotta hope I can start generating enough money to sustain everything. That's the only big one.
Yeah.
I mean, I got if I just do sole proprietorship and I want to maintain my living condition that I'm in right now, I have to make $53,000 a year in order to pay for everything and pay my taxes. Because it'd be like $6,000 to $7,000 in taxes, depending. But yeah, and how much I can write off and everything. But I also have a regular job to kind of try to hopefully offset it and stuff like that too. So.
Yeah, one would hope.
But I was talking to one comedian that I'm getting pretty friendly with, and he runs shows on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Shakespeare's where I work, so I get to talk to him every once in a while he's parking. And
Well, that's the thing. You just got to keep getting on stage because you were talking about your nervousness and you don't ever get nervous and everything.
yeah,
The more you get on stage, I don't know. From my perspective as a musician that has done what I've done for however 25 years now, not that I've played a whole lot of shows lately. Personally, myself, I always get nervous, but the more you do it, the better you get at coping with it.
yeah,
The more you're like, okay, I've done this shit so many fucking times before.
yeah, that's
And as I told you the first time you told me you wanted to do stand up is rough in my mind because you have no safety net.
yeah.
As a musician,
You got old man back.
even if I'm playing by myself, I have an instrument in front of me.
Yeah,
I have a guitar or keyboard or something that if I just completely fucking corpse, I can just start strumming shit on the guitar. It's not gonna be great,
yeah,
but it distracts people for a couple minutes or for a couple seconds while you try to get your shit back together.
yeah. You have
With that,
you have a way to maintain not having dead air and keeping something
yeah,
going.
with stand up, you got you got no safety net. Like you got to go out there and you got to be talking. And if you let the stage be taken from you, they're going to take the stage and you probably won't get it back. As a solo performing musician, which I've done plenty of times, just me and a guitar, kind of like that. But like I said before, I could always just start strumming the guitar
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
or pretending I'm tuning the guitar,
and
do some kind of thing.
that's the fun part about being where I'm at out here, because it's not just oh, go to this open mic night and see if you can get on and then do a set, blah blah blah. We also have workshops. Like you just go and you sign up, and it's just you and other comedians are listening to you work, and then they help you. You know, or they give you maybe they give you tags, they call it. You know, like how like Pat and Oswald talk about punch up. They actually help you punch up your jokes and shit.
Well, the punch up is a Hollywood thing,
Right.
but
But like
you
they,
get that in the
they
you
call
get that in the
tags.
musical community as well. You're always going to, oh, well, not always. Generally, you're going to get people that are going to give you suggestions. The guys that aren't assholes are going to try to help you.
And then we have
And sometimes you get legitimate ones, and sometimes you get guys just trying to fucking troll you.
yeah, and then you have more improvisational workshops where like it's just you have a bunch of topics in a hat, and you draw a random topic out of a hat, and you got to figure out something to say or talk about that thing and make it kind of funny.
Yeah, and then you do kind of yes and type of stuff. For us, the workshops were the fucking showcase shows where you'd play with like 6 other bands. And if a couple of them were cool, they would give you tips or ideas
Mhm.
or just advice.
And I don't like. I'll come up. Like I'll be like, okay, I got this open mic. I got 4 minutes. I got 5 minutes. Whatever. I'm like, so I'll look at my notes and I'll say, I'm gonna do this joke. I'm gonna tell this quick story, and it's gonna lead into this joke, and I'll be good. But I'm sitting there and I'm waiting for my time. But as I'm sitting there waiting for my time, I'm watching the
Start
crowd.
overthinking.
I'm watching the
Yeah.
crowd. Oh, that joke didn't land. I'm not going to tell this joke. That joke killed. I'm going to try this joke. You know what I mean? I'll change my set 4 or 5 times before I even go on stage, and then I go on stage, and then you have crowd work and stuff. You know, it never goes as planned. Nothing ever goes as planned. 100%.
Well, for sure.
Unless you're like, unless you're going up there, you have this clearly written monologue that you are going to dictate and get out. You know what I mean?
That's how Carlin was. Carlin
Yeah.
never missed a beat. Just
It was
went
all
straight
written.
through his script.
Yep.
Um, at least at the time I saw him,
Mm-hmm.
people were shouting at him, trying to fuck him up, but he just went. He did his entire show verbatim.
Mm-hmm. I was telling that filmmaker guy that the other day. I was like, or somebody else, another comedian that was talking about time in 20 minutes and this and that. And I was like, yeah. Every time George Carlin came out with a new HBO set special, we were like, we can't wait for that next hour special the next year. And I told him when we went and saw him at Dover Downs, that's what it was. It was that HBO special that year, verbatim, like you just said. Except he knew he was in Dover Downs, and so he wanted to personalize it a little bit. So he threw in a couple of little like NASCAR jokes, a couple local jokes. But besides that, it was that HBO special verbatim, pretty much.
Yeah. And to me, there's a lot to be said for being able to kind of, bob and weave
Mm-hmm.
with your material. You have a little bit of just shit off the top of your head, and then a little bit of performed written material,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of cycle in between.
Mm-hmm.
And as a musician, that's what I always tried to get. As a musician, obviously, everything is much more rehearsed because
You want that
I got
natural-
4 or 5 other guys in my crew. But I always tried to make it at least a little alive, just by fucking around with them, if nothing else.
But like with comedy, you want to keep and maintain that natural flow of having a friendly conversation with your friend. You know, if the audience is your friend. I mean, that. When I was a little kid watching Richard Pryor and George Carlin and stuff, I'm like, and Bill Hicks, it's like, that's the best comedians I ever saw. They just spoke to the audience like they were just talking with their friends in a bar or something.
Sure.
But you'll see it. Somebody said 2 weeks. I'm like, I think it's every other week though. I think you will see what happened tonight, next Monday. They said somebody said 2 weeks
I don't know.
though.
I know
But-
nothing
but-
about this system or how it works.
When I saw Triple H, well, I didn't see Triple H, but the night I worked and Triple H was there. The next show on YouTube the next week was the one with Triple H. So I was in Carrot Top. So I was like, maybe people don't know what they're talking about. I don't know. So it might
It's
be
hard to
next
say,
Monday.
or maybe they just switch shit up depending on the severity of the cast. I don't know. I don't know how this shit works at all.
Well, so you'll see it. It'll be either next Monday or the Monday before. I'll post it and I'll share it with you and stuff. I'll try to give you a timestamp for when me and Lucius come out. And of course, I didn't understand one of the references that he made because I told him I was from Delaware, and he's like, "Do you know your local representatives?" But when he said, "Do you know your local representatives?" I didn't know the girl. My friend Pete knew this girl. She was wearing a hijab and everything. She's from Delaware. She's an elected official in Delaware somewhere, apparently. I don't know. But she had a set earlier in the night before me, and I didn't know that. And so when I went up there, he's like, "Do you know your elected officials?" Blah blah blah. Because I mentioned Delaware, and I didn't know where he was going with it because I don't get to see any of that stuff. So I don't know what reference he was referring to and whatnot. But I didn't want to look stupid, so I was just kind of going along with what he said.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought he was just referencing our politicians in general, in Delaware in general, and because I did my Trump bit too, and I said, "Oh, that motherfucker's not from Delaware. He's from fucking Pennsylvania." And they're like, "Who?" I said, "Biden." And they're like, "Oh," and a couple people like laughed and stuff. But yeah. But it wasn't terrible. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Just gotta do your best.
Almost
Do
didn't get
what
on.
you get.
Almost didn't get on because I walked up to the pool table where I hang out by, and I looked at these 2 empty boxes of pizza to see if they were empty, and I was gonna grab them and go throw them away. And then the guy went up with the microphone and turned down paused the TV. And he goes, "Okay." It was like, I'll say it now on camera. It's just, you don't know who Justin is. They just said somebody named Justin, and they kept calling the guy's name. I knew he wasn't coming. He didn't show up. So I was like, "Okay, hold on, buddy." You know, and I put the pizzas down. I was like, "You never know. We'll see what they say." And sure enough, he's like, "Matthew Coffin, you're on Kill Tony. Matthew Coffin, you're on Kill." And it's almost like surreal. It's like, you didn't just say my fucking name. You know what I mean? It was just like, but I was just like, "Okay, nope, this is it." You know, all right, this is what we prepared for, buddy. Here we go. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all good.
Holy shit, what did that guy just summon?
As soon as I got to that fucking door, it just hit me right in my fucking sternum like I've never felt in my life. I was like, "Oh, stop it." You know, I was getting mad at myself. Not mad at myself, but I was like, getting like, "Oh,
well,
come on. You
and
don't
that
get
just
mad.
aggravates
Fucking
you.
stop it."
You can't do that. Like, I understand.
It wasn't butterflies. It was like a pain. It was weird.
Well, no, and I understand. But when you double it over, you're just like creating PTSD type situation, where you're like,
Yeah, but that's, I was like,
it's gotta be like, fuck it.
Breathe and just chill.
These
And I was like,
guys are
but
fucking
I was just
humans.
like,
I know it's an easy thing to say as a guy who wasn't there in front of a shit ton of people, and a guy that can make or break your career. But what you got to look at it as is, fuck this guy. He's just a fucking living, breathing, walking man like me. And he might have more experience of this shit, but he don't know who I am. Fuck him.
You see what this guy's doing?
I see what I'm seeing right now. I don't know how far behind I am, but he's got like a shit ton on the battlefield. He's got like everything. Oh, this guy's using he's using the omniscience, I think.
It's not
where
there.
Okay, then I don't know how he's doing it.
Virtue of persistence, virtue of strength, and he has 3 of them, and another.
He's in his hand. He's got like fucking 30 cards.
He stole all my cards.
Yeah.
I don't know how he did it. It's with one of these things.
I don't either.
He stole all
but I would just concede, because like, this is him just fucking with you. It's like, you want to see how fucking crazy I can fuck you? Not really. I mean, I know you're gonna win. Why don't you just
robbery.
Win?
There it is. Target opponent exiles the top X cards of their library face down. You may look at and play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. If you cast a spell this way, you may spend mana as though it were mana of any type of... I don't know. He cast that, and he has all these virtuous strengths and virtue of persistence.
He did some kind of ridiculous shit that just broke the whole fucking game. But we're having a Friday night magic at the lanes this coming Friday,
Yeah, you're telling me.
and because fucking Patrick came in today. He's like, because last night he asked me, he's like, so if I get cards, can I hang out and play Magic with you guys? I was like, you don't have to get cards. I got two decks. Fucking Landon's got two decks. Anna's got at least one deck, if not two. Like, just if you want to hang out, hang out. We'll play Magic.
Yeah.
And then today he's a plumber. He works for fucking one of the local plumbing companies. Um,
Some guys were playing Munchkin tonight.
and he came in today. He's like, I got cards. I was like, you bought cards today? He's like, yeah, I bought cards. I was like, okay, well, I told you you didn't have to. He's like, well, I got him, and he had a box with all of them. Like he built his own deck and everything. He went to West Fenwick Games,
Mm.
which I guess Bethany Comics and Games went out of business, and they moved over to West Fenwick. Like, well, I might have to go check that place out tomorrow, but because I kind of want to build my deck that I have in the game.
Yeah, I'm
And
I'm like stocking and saving up, and I'm gonna, I don't know, figure out once I got some stuff saved up what type of deck I want to build next. Because obviously I need to make something else.
the white deck is what works best for me
I love
currently.
it. It's simple.
I did build the mono green landfall deck, but I lose a lot with it. And I think part of that is I know how to play this deck better.
Yeah, and it's like you were saying, like when we first started playing, it gets to the point where you don't even read the cards anymore. You just know all the images.
You just know them, yeah.
Oh shit.
Like I don't gotta wonder about how shit works. I just throw it out there, and I'm getting there with the green landfall.
I'm gonna try one of
But
these.
it's got some little weirdness to it,
I'm gonna try one of these. I'm so pissed off. Like 3 or 4 times I've ordered stuff from Infowars,
where like
and it's like,
some creatures, when you play a land, they get a +1/+1, and some creatures, if you play a land, they get a double. They get a plus double plus double, like Tifa from FF7. Every land you play, she has a plus double plus double. It only lasts a fucking turn, but that's all it needs to last. If you play a bunch of shit, and now she's all of a sudden like 132, 132.
yeah, I'm sitting here going through this stuff. I was like, I'm gonna take my pills. I was like, I'm gonna try one of these. I think I didn't. Oh, it's his timer running out. Um, I was about to say, I was starting to say, it's like the third or fourth time I've ordered shit from Infowars and they fucked my order up somehow, some way. And like this time they sent me 3 bottles of this good night sleep, and I ordered better food, like the stuff for my serotonin flow. But they sent me stuff to fucking help me go to sleep instead. I'm like, what the fuck, guys?
He's roping, yeah.
But I'm like
You
thinking,
might get just a lucky win here.
I'm thinking I might just take one, because maybe I needed these good night pills, and I didn't need to flip out on them the way I flipped out on them. But I was flipping out. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? I'm getting sick and tired of this incompetence of fucking getting my orders wrong. I mean, what the fuck? Like, how does fucking Alex put up with your fucking incompetence? How much money of his fucking money are you fucking wasting fucking up orders all the time? Like, I was pissed. I was like, what the fuck? But it's great stuff, though. Everything I get, it's all good stuff. Like everybody, like people I
Is
talk
this
to,
guy
or
still roping on you?
he's still waiting. Yeah. But people I talk to out here on the streets and stuff, the people I work with and stuff, they're like, "How are you just always like awake and alert and together and know what's going on and you always have energy and blah blah blah. Like I take a lot of supplements and I don't drink. Yeah, he just waited for just quit. I think like this early in the morning, I think like some people are like starting to get ready for work and stuff, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna try to play a hand while I get ready to take a shower, and they're like, oh fuck, you know what I mean? I think that happens.
Yeah, maybe. I don't care. I'll take. I don't. I ain't too proud to take an easy fucking win.
Yeah, it's like I'll move up a tier and take the fucking 100 coins. Here, we'll take one of each.
Like I've had both. I've had some wins that I had to fucking claw and fight to get, and then I've had some wins where like I just play a card and they concede.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, free fucking win, cool.
Mm-hmm. And I know there's got to be people who've done the same thing as me, where they start to play a game and just immediately cancel because they're like, "Fuck, I didn't mean to start this" or something. But it sucks when you do it and you're playing a ranked game. You're like, "Fuck, I didn't mean to fucking."
And I'm just playing ranked right now. Like,
Yeah, I only play the regular ones, and I'll forget I'm playing the regular ones sometimes there too, because I'll switch to playing the regular ones, and like, if I have to play 30 fucking red cards or green cards or something, and I don't have, you know what I mean? So I'm like, I'm
yeah,
gonna go
that's
play.
the only time I switch is when I
Yeah.
have to play a deck I don't know.
Yep, I gotta go play
Um,
some shitty deck and just try to play those cards to get those points, and then I'll switch back to playing my. Then I switch back to my hand to play my deck, but I'll forget to switch to standard rank. And I'll be playing like standard games, and I'm like, man, I'm killing it, win after win, and then it takes me a minute to realize I'm like, wait a minute, my tier isn't going up or down.
I mean, this season I made it way high up in Mythic, and then I fell back down. But at this point, I'm just like, oh, fuck it. I'm not going to get any lower.
Right. Look at him.
Uh,
Look at that little boy sitting on his bed. You're so famous and you don't even know it, little man. Everyone loves you, buddy. Everyone loves you. I knew it too. It's just as predicted. Come all the way out here to watch people's dreams get crushed and watch Lucius become a superstar. Everybody
yeah,
fucking loves him.
I logged a standard rank match with my mono white life gain. See how it goes.
I think I might have a win here. It depends on what his next two draws are.
Yeah, you're playing the mono green
Well,
life gain.
He's got a blue. He's got something.
Okay, so that's a good sign. You're playing like some kind of weird deck. So you just gotta kill him quick enough.
Okay. Which one? Let's put her out because this heals.
Because he might be playing Omniscience, which means you gotta kill him before he gets that card
This
out.
flies though. I'm gonna put my flying girl. Smarter, I think. And I'm going to just attack with my birds and my bats. There we go, boy. Stack it up. Alright. Yeah, it's a pretty hefty delay. It's always annoying. Are you streaming?
No.
I just got to change channel. I got Gutfeld on. He's not even there.
No, I'm about to go to bed.
Yeah, it's 4 o'clock over there. Almost 5 o'clock over there.
Yeah. And I'm off tomorrow, so I could really stay up longer, but it's already been a long day.
I can understand.
Fuck you, bitch.
Halloween's just around the corner. What's your first two movies you have
Uh,
planned to watch?
well, I think that changed today because I looked at the Regal Cinema in Salisbury is like doing like every couple of days classic movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I might sign up for their like movie pass deal. It's only like $22.
I
And
was
you can,
telling my friend about Red Letter Media today, and I was telling him that I was like, I was trying to like find something like more interesting that he would find more interesting to like just draw him in with it. I was like, do you know Jack? What's his name? That was in The Boys and he was in Oppenheimer. He's like, yeah, he's a really cool, fun guy. I was like, and I showed him the Devil Story. I was like, you gotta watch this movie. If you don't start watching Red Letter Media, you have to watch this movie. And he looked it up on Tubi. He's like, I'm gonna watch it when I go home. Yeah, I told him to watch Devil Story.
wow. Oh, Devil Story, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, so yeah, it's like $22 to sign up for the theater pass, and they're doing like 2 or 3 classic horror movies all of October, which is like $14 for a ticket. So I'm like, if I sign up for this deal, if I go to 2 movies, I'm getting my money's worth.
And
So I
what
think I'm going to
theater's doing
sign
it
up.
again? What theater?
Um, the theater we went and saw,
Or Salisbury?
yeah,
They're doing
Salisbury,
they're
the
doing
theater we went and saw
classic.
the Iron Claw at, yeah. Like this Saturday, they're doing the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Then they're doing the Good Boy movie, which is not an old movie, but it's new. They're doing Army of Darkness one night, The Exorcist one night. Like they've got a Bride of Frankenstein, Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon
They
in
should have thought about
3D.
this fucking a long time ago. Especially like when like the movies were starting to fucking fail. It's like let's just do a cheap deal plan, and fucking get people to come. Fucking.
Well, the Movie Pass thing has existed for a while, but they're actually like starting to offer like random shit in their theaters they got nothing going on in. And I know why they're doing it because there aren't many movies being released anymore.
Mm,
So they've got all these empty theaters and they're like, "Well, here, let me look it up. I'll tell you all the movies. I just told you some of the best ones. Did I send you the trailer for the movie Good Boy?
I don't think so.
Probably not. Good Boy it's a movie about a dog. It's a horror movie about a dog that's trying to
Oh
save
God.
his master. That's like being haunted.
Mm.
And it comes out in like a week.
What's it called? Good Boy.
Good Boy. Yeah. Good Boy.
I thought I had a chance to play a game there, but it did not turn into a game. They need
So yeah,
to ban
at
that card.
The Regal in Salisbury, The Long Walk is playing right now, which is a horror movie that I would like to see. And you can, if you get their movie pass thing, you can see as many in a day as you want. So I could just go there, like we used to do at White Marlin Mall, where we they drop us off for the $2 Sunday matinees,
Mm-hmm.
and we just go to the next theater and watch another movie.
But the long
But
walk,
this is exactly what it like.
but
So
the long walk is like an old Stephen King book though, and they finally like made a like modern movie out of it, right? Or like
I don't know how old the book is, but yeah, they made a movie out of it. They got The Strangers Chapter 2, Conjuring Last Rites. They're replaying There Will Be Blood. That's not really a horror movie. But then going further down, they got The Fun House. I love that movie, but that one's playing on Wednesday. And I work on Wednesday, so won't be able to do that one. Then they got Good Boy. They got Candyman on Thursday. I'd love to see that one, but I work on Thursdays, so ain't happening. On a Friday, they got Friday the 13th, Part 3 in 3D. I work that night, so I can't see that one. Then this coming Saturday, they got Nightmare on Elm Street. If I get this sorted out and I get my movie pass, I will be there for that for fucking sure.
Which one?
A Nightmare on Elm Street,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
original,
yeah.
A Nightmare on Elm Street. Then,
What's your favorite Johnny Depp movie?
yeah, that much. He gets shot through the ceiling, bloody.
That's what you used to. I don't know if you remember that. You used to say that. You said Friday the 13th is my favorite Johnny Depp movie because he fucking dies.
Yeah, that sounds like me. Couple days later, they got the original Scream. I won't be able to see that. I don't really care. I've seen that movie enough. I think I might actually seen it in the theater. I don't remember. That's on a Sunday. Then a couple days later, they got another the original Strangers movie. Whatever. Then on a Monday and a Wednesday, they got The Devil's Rejects 20th anniversary. I can't go to that because I'm working. I actually like if I paid for it and I was just going to go, I would go see that. But whatever, can't go to that. On a Tuesday, the Tuesday after that, they got Wes Craven's New Nightmare, which is the seventh Freddy movie and one of the better ones. I will definitely go see that. Then they got From Dusk Till Dawn.
But I know. I was gonna say, Devil's Rejects has a scene that is a home invasion type scene that is more intense than fucking most home invasion movies that I've fucking seen.
What's that one? They go into the motel.
Yeah.
Like with Hussein and everything.
Yeah.
You gonna fuck these chickens?
That's dread. That was so much dread and like visceral. Like
that's a different scene, but it's the same movie. Yeah. DDP said, "Gonna fuck these chickens." No, I ain't gonna fuck these chickens. Okay. But yeah, I can't go to see that one because I work both of those days. But then.
But making the two guys go walk and dig their graves and shit. I mean, that's kind of fucking hairy too.
We got An American Werewolf in London. The newest It movie, which I don't care about. I saw that in theaters to begin with. But Saturday, October the 11th, Army of Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
Motherfucker. Take my $22.
Yeah.
You can have it for that. Sleepy Hollow, Silver Bullet, Creep Show, and Trick or Treat. Prince of Darkness, the original Final Destination movie. Then we got Black Phone 2, that's a new movie. They got a reissue of Hereditary. That movie's fucking ridiculous. They got a screening of the fucking Exorcist, the original one. Screening of The Witch.
But that's what I was talking about, like how you said, like, you know, I know they've been doing the movie plan thing for a while, but like more places need to do like this, like movies that we never were able to see because we were too young, or whatever. Like
Yeah.
those
Well,
fucking movies in the theater.
yeah. The Invisible Man, the Wolf Man, Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, The Mummy, like all that shit. Okay, I can literally on my day off because it says right in the thing you can see multiple movies a day. If on my day off I see 2 or 3 movies I want to see and I got the time, I mean I ain't got a life. I can just ride over there, watch the first movie, maybe buy a soda, watch the second movie, come home, and that's worth the price of what their subscription plan is. It's like $22.
Mm-hmm.
That's like about half of what it would cost to buy tickets to 2 movies.
It's like what John used to say: I can't afford nothing, buy it.
Yeah, fuck it. Especially for this month when they're playing all these horror movies, like.
Yeah, you can't not win.
So I'm gonna call him
They have to drive
tomorrow
around
and
there
make
all the
sure.
time, but I mean, it'd be cool to get somebody to hang out with you. I mean, maybe
Oh,
maybe
people.
my steering system, or
Yeah, maybe, and I don't really care because I mean that would be great, but ultimately I'm going to watch a movie, so I'm going to just be locked in to watching a movie. It's different when you watch it at your house and you're having like a bad movie party or something.
yeah.
Oh,
I might have a
just
chance.
the Saturday to go see A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original Nightmare on Elm Street, on the big screen.
Yeah,
I've seen that movie many fucking times,
yeah.
but I've never seen it in the theater.
Ever, we were fucking babies, man. Because Elm Street One was '84 too, wasn't it? I
Maybe.
know Ghostbusters is '84.
Nightmare on Elm Street, the original.
I think it might be.
I'll look it up. I think it's earlier than that, to be fair.
It might be. I know there's a lot of good movies that came out on my birth year. I think there's a lot of good movies that came out on your birth year too, but there were some classics on my birth year.
You're 84, right? So you had like Back to the Future and shit.
And you're like 82. Right?
Okay, so the original Nightmare on Elm Street was 84. I would have thought it was earlier than that. But yeah, 84.
Because Freddy's such a classic in everyone's minds, you think he's just as old as all the other slashers and everything.
I wouldn't have gone that much older. I would have said like 81.
Yeah. Late
But that's
70s,
just like
early 80s.
the original WrestleManias are weird because I think the original WrestleMania was 82, which is my birth year. But then Mania 2 like happened like a year and a half later, so technically it was 83. Like there's always some weird shit going on.
Yeah.
Like now there's a Mania every year. That's the other thing I saw on this fucking lineup of shit that they're showing at the movie theater. It was like what the fuck was it? It was Crown Jewel. WWE Crown Jewel at the movie theater. I'm like, maybe if I'm getting it for free, but there ain't no fucking way I'm paying a movie ticket to watch their fucking Crown Jewel show with a bunch of fucking random people.
I am by your side
For the fucking show.
till the end.
Sorry. I just fucking distracted myself. I missed the last part of what you were saying.
No doubt. What I said was apparently they're projecting like WWE pay-per-views at movie theaters again now.
Oh, that's neat.
When they first started, they did them like closed circuit TV where you'd see them in movie theaters, and I'm like, there ain't no fucking way I'm going to watch WWE Crown Jewel for whatever they're going to charge me. I'm sure it's not going to be cheap to watch their fucking pay-per-view with a bunch of random. To be fair, it probably around here probably won't be nobody, but maybe a couple fucking crazy people. In which case, it might be worth it, but I'm not a WWE fan. I'm a wrestling fan, and the WWE Crown Jewel is just an excuse to have a show.
What is it called?
Yeah. Crown Jewel is their one they do in Iran, I think. No, not England, in Iran, I think. Oh no, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia.
That's where WrestleMania is. Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, and that's where the next WrestleMania is going to be. They also have From Dusk Till Dawn. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to call them tomorrow and make sure that the Salisbury Theater respects all this shit. And if they do, I'm going to go ahead and buy it. Because I'm going to... And then I will spend most of the time when I'm just hanging out at home, hanging out at the fucking movie theater.
What about From Dusk Till Dawn?
It's one of the movies on this list. A movie is they're showing. They're also showing, and this one is not a horror movie, Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon.
Yeah, I was just talking about that when I was tonight. I was like,
Leroy?
Yeah. Somebody was like, I need something that glows, and they're starting to talk about the power to glow.
Yeah, I go see that fucking shit in a heartbeat.
In the heat of the rhythm of the night, hell yeah. Oh, I was thinking of something else and I forgot, but you mentioned From Dusk Till Dawn, the movie theater. Are you... I just wish it was closer for you. I can't remember what the fuck I was thinking though.
To get to the Salisbury movie theater, I mean, it's not exactly close, but it's not far. And I don't gotta hit no main roads or nothing. Like, if I know I can just fucking roll in there with my phone, be like, wave my phone at some bitch, and walk into the movie theater.
Yeah, it just sucks that you gotta... You can't have a drink. You know what I mean? It's a shame it's not like a local close one that serves beer or something, or you can have a drink.
It ain't that close, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Believe me, if I want a drink, I can drink when I get home. That's I can go watch these movies, come home, and watch the other shitty horror movies.
Or watch the same
that I have on Blu-ray. And I can have my drinks too. And I thought that pizza place, when we saw the Iron Claw, that pizza place we went to, because the fucking the food court was shut down. You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah.
We went to, their fucking pizza and wings were not bad.
Not at all, yeah.
They had, the wings were fucking huge.
I want to cast.
I would gladly just watch a movie, then go in there and have a meal, and then go watch another fucking movie.
Yeah. Yeah. You can make a day out of it.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm thinking. It's like, okay, well they're playing like two of these at two different times.
You watch one, go have a meal,
Watch
watch
one,
something on your
go
phone.
have a
Yeah,
quick fucking bite, walk back in, watch another one,
yeah.
and then when it's over, come home. And if when I come home, I can watch whatever the fuck I want. I know that the fucking Red Letter Media Best of the Worst Halloween show's coming, and I'm gonna really try this year, like I've tried the last couple of years,
Watch the movies
to find
first.
out what all the movies are and watch them first
Yeah. I
before I watch.
well, that's what I did last year. I didn't like. I just watched the intros.
That's what I do. I
Yeah.
watch the intros to get the list of the movies,
Yeah.
and then I try to find out where I can watch them.
And I don't even think I watched the intros last time. I think I like fast forward. I was like, okay, I looked for them to show the front cover. Okay, that movie, that movie, that movie. And let's just go watch them. Know nothing
Well,
about it. Come back
I
and
think I think last year was Devil's Story and everything. I think
yeah,
I texted you all of
yeah.
them.
I watched them all. Uh, Die Hard, Dracula, Devil's Rejects, and Zombie Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Zombie Nightmare. Zombie Nightmare.
Zombie Nightmare. Yeah. Oh, Devil's Story. I got that bitch on like
Like,
4K or Blu-ray.
I felt just like Jack when I watched Zombie Nightmare, though. I was like, is this movie good?
Is this for real?
It was a pretty
Wait,
fun movie.
what?
It's a shame they didn't get to be as gory as they could have been. But you know what? I was starting to think about it. You know why they probably toned down the gore and it wasn't that gory of a film? And
You
this is just a theory that popped in my head, though.
you can tell me. I will tell you what I actually believe, but go ahead and tell me.
Um, because oh my god, his name's slipping my name. Because he's in it. Because Batman's in it, and he was probably like, let's not make it too gory. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
you're talking about the zombie
Zombie
movie.
Nightmare.
Zombie Nightmare. Okay, I thought you were talking about about fucking Devil's Story. Um, yeah, you're probably right about that. Zombie Nightmare. Everything is just they didn't have any money. Like Zombie Nightmare is why did they do this? Because they had this,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of exactly what they said. They're like, well, it's horse, mummy, horse, mummy.
Yeah.
Um, some woman trying to hold down the mummy, and I have the fucking Vinegar Syndrome release of that, and when you listen to the director talk about it, he's like, yeah, it's pretty much just exactly what it is. He's like, I didn't have enough money. I had a lot of footage with this horse.
Hey, he quit. Oh, it's because I guess he was going to die in the next round if I attacked with two more flying things. So he gave up. Man, look at you, buddy. I love you,
Yeah,
buddy. I want to keep
you
you
did get the
forever.
win.
You got your surgery on Wednesday. Yeah, I'm gonna sit and relax, aren't we, buddy? You're such a good boy. You don't got a clue in the world
And
what's
I
going
did play a little bit of fucking
You don't even know. You
Dark
are the
Souls
most
tonight.
famous doggy in the world right now, Lucius. Do you know
I
that? Do you know
leveled my sword back up.
that?
That's basically all I did tonight on Dark Souls was grind a bit.
Hey, that never
And then
hurts.
tomorrow I gotta figure out.
I'm tempted to play it because it seems like a fun type of slow
It's
burn,
fun.
but
It's
fun
it it's
strategic.
fun, but it's tough.
Uh,
Like if you play it, and I would suggest like if you can find it and want to play it, play it. it's it's hard, and it's the kind of game you kind of have to watch. Like
Should I play the original or the second one?
play. Well, I've played. I started with Elden Ring, and I didn't finish it.
Do you play with a controller?
Where I'm sitting now is start with the Dark Souls remaster, which my computer plays really fine. Um,
Do you
it's
play
the
with a
kind
controller?
of game you need to kind of watch like a video on the walkthrough
Uh-huh.
because it's hard, but it's like not so. Well, this is me. I'm only like a third of the way through the game. Right now, it's not like so ridiculously hard that like I want to kill somebody. I've beaten the first 3 bosses. That's not very far into the game. But it is a game where precision is important. And your character build is important. So you kind of want to have an idea going in what you want to do.
Ugh.
But from my experience,
But
it's
again,
not as
do you play
hard
with
as
a
people
controller?
said. I'm playing it with a controller, yeah.
I got it. I don't understand why in God's name I can't figure out how to understand. I have a Bluetooth link thing and all that on my fucking computer. I got to figure out how to get my 8-bit Vidoe Pro 2 to actually sync up. Because I usually just plug it in and it works totally fine, but I can't move. If I lift my arms up or move my arms down, it like disconnects and reconnects and disconnects and reconnects.
That's weird. Well, apparently a lot of people like to play this keyboard and mouse. It's not the type of game I
Do
would play
they?
keyboard and mouse.
Oh my God, Lucius! Did you jump off of this bed, Lucius? Yeah. I put your. You had to have jumped off of this fucking bed. I just realized that because I moved his steps because I went to nuzzle with him, and then I turned around and I turned back around. He wasn't on the bed anymore, so he jumped off the fucking bed. I hope you didn't hurt yourself, honey. God.
But yeah, Dark Souls it's kind of this like dark Lovecraftian RPG thing. Like the story is really fucking weird and vague. And the combat is hard, but it's really precise. Like you can't button mash through it. Like if you button mash, you're going to get fucked. Like every time you hit the attack button, you need to be precise in order to be good. Like if you grind like I have, you get really fucking strong and then you can just kind of spam your way through shit. It's tough, but it's cool. It's the kind of game I like. It's kind of like a 3D like Mega Man or Castlevania game.
Yeah.
But if you're not prepared, it will whoop your ass.
Did you jump off the bed like a dummy? I can't remember what the name of that game was. I remember we talked about it the last time we brought this up, but shit, I started playing cards. What the hell were we just talking about?
Dark Souls.
Oh yeah, I can't remember the name of that game that I played that was like it before, but it was free from Epic Games.
Could there are a lot of them. I think I know which one you're talking about.
Um, yeah, I met. That's what I was saying too. I was talking to somebody, and actually, I Actually met a guy that works for Epic Games. I didn't really talk to him, but I was like, "Oh, hi, how are you?" It was like real quick. I was like, "Dude, I was just talking about Viva Litter." Like the guy walked up, and I was like, "Have you heard of this game?" He's like, "No, I need to get more familiar with more of these independent games, though. I really should." He's like, "It's part of my fucking job. I really shouldn't. I should know this shit."
Yeah. Um, there are a lot of Souls-like games that are essentially what Souls-like is 3D Metroidvania type of games.
Oh my god, I keep forgetting to get my free Epic Games. Now we're talking about Epic Games. I've, oh my god, opened it and closed it and never even fucking.
But
I haven't
here's
downloaded
what
a
I
free game
see
forever.
about playing Dark Souls. If you buy the Dark Souls Remastered edition, which is from like 2017, watch a video that kind of preps you for playing it. So pick out what they tell you to pick out, because you get to pick like a free item when you character create, and then be patient, because when it starts you start out with like a broken sword, and then you're going to go through like a tunnel where you fight some skeletons, and they're super fucking hard because you're fighting with what is a broken sword. You're fighting with the hilt of a sword. Then when you get past them, you gotta fight a fucking boss. And I think that's where a lot of the different ideas come in. You don't have to fight that boss. If you watch a video where they explain it to you, you can kind of sneak around and go into another room where you get an actual fucking sword and get the rest of the tutorial, and you loop back around to fight that boss. And then that boss, not exactly easy, but not super hard. Try to fight that boss. Like super drunk Mike one night tried to fight that boss with a fucking sword that's nothing but the hilt and a little bit of the blade. And you just get stomped over and over again because you can't do no damage. That's not fun. Yeah, I see that.
It's got that shadowy shell shadedness to it, but it's not black and white, it's color.
Yeah, that's like a 2D Metroidvania type. It's free.
Alright,
Can't afford not to buy it if it's free.
I keep forgetting to fucking get the free game. What's this Game of the Galaxy?
Yeah, I don't think I've gotten this one either.
This is a point and click game. Looks like it.
I'll go ahead and get it.
Oh, point and click. I remember I played that Phantasmagoria game.
Phantasmagoria, the original one.
Oh shit, I forgot to go back to the game. Probably lost playing time. Yeah, I played it over at Paul's house. Remember Paul? The guy ended up going to jail for child pornography and shit.
Not exactly.
You remember
But
Heidi and Paul?
Phantasmagoria. That's like an FMV game.
We went to his house one time, me, you, and Jermaine. One time he had an apartment. Um, he used to work at the store when Papa was still alive and stuff. I might even have.
Okay,
I might even have. I mean, like, yeah, Paul. He had like an earring and stuff, and like, yeah. It's like,
that's been a long time ago. I vaguely remember that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was like I have these like gay pornos somebody sent me, blah blah.
Well, they're yours, dude.
Yeah, but I don't know if you remember any of that stuff.
Vaguely, vaguely.
But yeah, a few years later,
I'm
he got
I'm
arrested.
totally not gay, but I got all this gay porn.
But he ended up, like I said, he ended up getting arrested for child pornography and like being like considered like a ringleader in like a child pornography ring or something.
I didn't know all that, but
Yeah. And I stayed the night at his house a few times. Like, maybe we were trying to kick over once.
yeah, I don't know if he did anything to me. I don't remember
No.
it.
We just hung out and watched movies and shit and but one of the nights I stayed the night over at his house, he had Phantasmagoria.
Okay. Well, I will say this: like, if I went over there and Jermaine was there, I was just like, okay, well, this motherfucker tries anything,
Yeah,
Jermaine's just gonna fucking
yeah,
beat his ass
yeah.
into fucking dust.
Ugh. Yeah, it was.
It's like I was telling a couple of kids, well, a couple of the kids that I work with, and I was like, well, we were on the boardwalk one night, and Matt's still fucking pretty sure he killed the dude because like this guy came up and started fucking with him, and they're like, oh, well, pro wrestling's fake. I was like, yeah, well, I mean, it's pre-constructed or whatever. I mean, they work together, but Matt swears to this day he might have killed this dude because he came at him and all his buddies were kind of swarming around, and he kind of just did like a go behind, like a standing switch. And I was like, you guys aren't wrestling fans, so you don't know what any of this shit means. But he kind of did a standing switch, and then from a rear waist lock, he dropped him into what in Japan they call like a backdrop driver, and just dropped his head on the boardwalk.
Yeah,
And
it was. I had Ric Flair in my head as I was doing the slam because I single leg hooked the one leg and
Yeah.
had one leg around the waist. But yeah, I drove him like a German suplex though.
yeah,
On the
it was Doctor Death. It was one of his moves. A bunch of the gaijins in Japan in the early '90s used that move. He's like, I was like, he's pretty sure he killed him, and I don't know, because all his friends just kind of swarmed, picked that bitch up, and took him, and we never knew anything outside of that.
the way I always refer to it now is either he ain't dead or he ain't happy. If he ain't dead, he ain't happy.
Well, for sure,
I wish I
yeah.
brought that up. I didn't bring that up here. I was like, would you like me to tell you about the times I nearly died or the times I nearly killed somebody?
Well, the other
crazy
one,
stories for days, Tony.
yeah. There was another one right on the boardwalk where some dude tried to grab you, and you hooked him in a kajehajima, and you got him down, and you grapevine your legs around him, and I came up, and his friend was like starting to try to kick you, which was not the smart thing to do because you're just going to vice harder.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking moved him off, and I was like, Matt, just let him go. Don't kill him.
I totally couldn't remember if you were there still or not. I remember he started stopping me in the back of the head while I had my back and my face in the other guy's back. I couldn't remember how it ended. I always tell people I could have sworn I reached my arms up because I was timing him kicking me in the back of the head. I thought I reached up and grabbed his ankle because his friend had a.
Well,
I thought I broke his
maybe
ankle.
you did.
I thought
I
I
know
broke
I
his
was
ankle.
there that night. Maybe I was just distracted, and that's what happened. But
Because I
I
remember I was
remember.
upset. I was like, "What the fuck? Why did everybody leave me? You left me with these two guys to fucking fight them." But I thought I broke a guy's ankle. I really thought it's one of those things I can't remember. Because I used to tell like story when I suplexed that other guy. I used to say that I put him in a front face lock and I kneed him in the face when I stood up. But I never did that. I just put him in a front face lock and stood up. But
That's what I had to do.
but
I mean, really, to neutralize a bitch.
yeah. And so
But I remember that shit.
yeah.
Fucking
So I
because you did. I remember seeing you drop that bitch on his head. And then I remember the weeks after where you're like, I think I killed that dude. Because we just fucking got the fuck out of there.
there's the two you were there when I choked the guy out and broke the guy's ankle.
I
There's
was there. I was there for both of them.
John and Drew was there when I suplexed the guy on the boardwalk. You weren't there, were you?
Yeah, I was there. As
Uh,
I remember it, it's been a long fucking time ago, but I remember seeing you drop that dude on his head.
Cause I was
And
like,
then
I always
and
thought
then
it
we
was me,
scattered.
John, and Drew, and we went to the arcade first, and Sam stayed at the arcade because he wouldn't play Marvel vs. Capcom 2. And then we walked down to Chat Street, and those guys were talking shit to us, and I said ignore them, and we kept walking. They were calling us
I
too
might be
racist
putting
shit
two
and calling us
stories
whatever you want.
together, but
And then we got to Chat Street, and John says, "Why are we gonna go to Chat Street? All we ever do is look stupid. We never have any money to buy anything, and then we leave." And it's like, all right, let's just go back to Sam, and then we turn and walk back. And as we're walking back, those 7-year-olds were still talking shit to us. And John turns around and says, "Yeah, yeah, fuck you," giving them the incentive to come and fucking swarm us.
I could swear I was there. But it's
You were
been a
there
long
with the two
time. Maybe
guys. You were there because we were wrestling.
I was there for that one. Yeah.
Because we were wrestling um, on the beach and trying to impress those new friends that we met that night with the skateboard and stuff, and the girl walking, saying "I have no legs" and shit, like the from the scene from Kids.
Okay.
And then
That sounds like some shit I'd do. Yeah.
yeah, well, it was the girl. The girl, she was on a skateboard on her knees, and she was saying, "I have no legs. I have no legs." And it was like we're like me and you were like, aha, like the guy from on the bus in Kids. Remember the movie Kids?
Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about for
Yeah.
sure.
And then yeah, so we showed off on the beach and stuff, and then those two guys showed up. Yeah. And then
You know,
he tried to punch me, and then I just hammer lock, anaconda lock, and sleeper.
yeah. Yeah. You grab the bitch. You anaconda. And where are you gonna go now?
And I just told him the more you struggle, the more harder I'm gonna squeeze.
I
I tell that to
remember that
everybody.
you said that exact shit to him. He's like, if you don't calm down, I'm gonna squeeze harder, and this shit's gonna get worse.
Mm-hmm.
And he kept panicking.
like that's when
Like
his friend started
motherfucker.
kicking me, and I just stuck my face in his back, and I can't remember if I remember it wrong or not, but I swear I remember being stomped in the back of the head. He kept kicking me, but it was like it was a rhythm to it. It was like boom, 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 and I was like, okay, now the next one should come now. And I reached my hands up and I grabbed his ankle and I grabbed his foot, like his toe and his heel, and I just twisted as hard as I could. Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure if I can recall feeling or hearing a pop or nothing. I remember I just grabbed his foot and I just twisted it as hard and fast as I could. And then I got up and got away from him.
It's funny. We had these fucking situations when we would just go up to the fucking boardwalk when essentially nobody else was fucking there.
Yeah. And the only thing I can think about that situation too is you were driving, so I was
Yeah,
either 14 or 15.
I was
I know I
driving.
was 14 or 15 because we had just started working with Josh Chernoff, and we were working those promos and stuff like that. And yeah,
Yeah, we would
so
go over there
you were
just to hang the
16 and I
fuck
was
out.
probably 15 or something, or like you were probably like 15 and I was 14. That's what it was, or something like that. 16, you were 16 and I was 14, or something.
Yeah, we would go hang out at at the fucking boardwalk, and I tell this shit to kids now, and they're like, "Well, why would you go up there?" I was like, "I don't know why we went up there. There was nothing else to do. We didn't have the internet and shit back then.
Yeah.
We just went up and walked the fucking boardwalk in the middle of the night.
Yeah, we just drove to fucking drive and see what was going on. Sometimes we had money to go to the arcade, usually not.
Usually that shit was closed by the time we got there. Like there were nights we would fucking wander around the boardwalk until like 2 a.m.
Just vandalizing shit.
Why? I mean, the bars were open, but we couldn't get into them.
Hmm.
So we just walk back and forth across the boardwalk and shit talk to each other.
I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to do
Essen-
with this thing.
Essentially, back then, it was like, okay, well, when we get done, what are we going to do? Okay, we'll take Sam back home and we'll play some fucking PlayStation fighter games for a while.
No.
And I don't think I told you, but Adolfo came into the liquor store over at BJ's where Mom's working now,
Hmm.
like a couple weeks ago, and he saw Mom, and he was like, "I don't think you remember me,
Hmm.
but I'm Sam's dad." And Mom put it together, and I was like, "That's funny." I mean, it is funny, but like not cosmically funny or anything. But
But no, like he had
Adolfo's like, you probably don't
he
remember
knew and
me,
cared
but
about me and stuff, and me and Sam's relationship so much. I mean, he you know what I mean. Like he obviously would like he would actually always ask me, "Yeah, your brother." He'd always call you my brother, Michael. And always
well,
call.
that's the way we were raised. We
Mm-hmm.
call each other cousins because technically that's what we are, but
Mm-hmm.
essentially we're brothers.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Like
it doesn't. You don't get. It
let's
doesn't.
be fucking real.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't live together, but we might as well have to some degree. I mean, you know, yeah, we were always waiting and wondering when we were going to hang out and see each other again. You know,
Um, well, we weren't raised in the exact same house, but most of the time we were in the same house.
like I said, like when I my earliest when I mention my earliest cognitive memory, I forget to mention sometimes to people. Because I just tell because I'm trying to point out the fact that my earliest memory, like video games have always been a part of my life, and my first memory was walking out of my bedroom to the living room to go sit down on the floor to put Missile Command into the Atari, and I was sitting there. The part I forget to always add, because I'm just talking about the video games usually, is I was cause I don't know how I knew, but I just knew in my head. I sit here and I wait, and eventually Michael comes home from school here.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it was. Like, I
Guess you
tell
got
the
dropped
kid,
off at school to the house, because I guess like your mom, Kenny and Wendy had to work, and like they had to. You just got dropped off over there till they could pick you up.
I don't even know. It might not even have been that much, as much as like the first couple of years of my life. Mom and Dad and I lived at the house. So until they built up enough money to get the trailer over on the other side of Selbyville, we were just there. So there may have been a little of overlap in that. I don't know. But I do know we had an Atari.
It was Mom's.
And I remember, like, because I talk to the kids that I work with now, and they're like, you realize my first gaming machine was an Atari 2600. Like, that's not the first gaming machine. But it's pretty fucking close.
It was the first mass-produced, like most
the one,
on the market.
yeah, the first one that actually was, yeah.
Yeah.
And because I will usually tell them like I'm an NES kid, because that's the one I played the most. But technically, we had an Atari 2600. And I remember playing that over at Mom's house with you and your mom and everybody else. And we actually had one here. I think I probably have a box full of cartridges and the original machine in the shed to this day.
Your parents might have gotten you one eventually. It's like the one that was in the house in Sunnyvale was my mom's. That's what she told me anyway. She's like, that's my Atari.
She might have had her own, but we had one too, or maybe it transferred. I don't know. But we had one.
Just been her way of saying I fucking paid for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but we had one with a bunch of fucking cartridges.
Yeah.
And
Sesame Street games. We had E.T. We had
Sesame Street. Those are the ones I remember, because they had the overlays for the controllers.
Cookie Monster.
Yeah, the Cookie Monster and all that shit.
Count.
We played
Counting numbers and shit with the count on it and shit.
Yeah, and those were like, of course, we were fairly decent with dealing with electronics because we had that, like, almost from the cradle.
And the games we had when we were kids, I mean, it was like you could compete with getting a high score, but for the most part, it was just like seeing how far we could get, you know, like how much we could do, taking turns. Until like,
and eventually,
we had legit 2-player games that we could play together.
Those were something else, but then eventually we got the Nintendo.
Yeah.
And the Nintendo was just a whole fucking different world.
I was telling somebody the other day, I still remember the day when my mom first plugged it all in and we saw Mario run across the screen for the first time.
I don't remember that so much. I remember playing Mario with my dad. I remember your mom having a printout stapled on the top left side of how to fucking finish Zelda. Because that shit wasn't easy. Like,
You gotta figure it out. Or call a hotline.
yeah, you either got to call a hotline, you got to have Nintendo power, or she had this like printed fucking brochure of things.
I remember Brenda helped us a lot.
Yeah.
Her,
Oh
my
yeah.
mom
Oh
and
yeah.
her were trying to
Brenda,
figure it out.
she probably got that from Brenda.
Yeah. They were always trying
And
to
I
figure out
never
the
understood Brenda because Brenda's taking care of all these kids,
thing.
but she always knew how to beat these fucking video games.
Yeah. I remember asking her. Oh man, it was a long time ago. I said proper goodbyes, but I remember the last time I talked to her, I was like, "So you play games anymore still?" And she's like, "Oh, I don't mess with the consoles." She's like, "Cause everything's online anymore." She's like, she said she just plays Pogo. Like, there's some online thing that she did called Pogo that she played a lot. It was like a platform that had a bunch of games on it or something.
She was different, for fucking sure. Like, and it's weird. I think about was she neglecting the kids, or I don't think she ever did.
Mm-mm.
She just liked to play games.
Mm-mm.
She was like us.
I mean, because every time when she would babysit me and Fernando, um, I don't hardly ever remember her. I don't think she ever really like was. Maybe once or twice I remember her like sitting there playing games with us, but for the most time, like she's just doing other stuff, cooking, cleaning, or watching shows, or doing something else in the other room, or making us lunch or something. But yeah, I remember I played. She had that wrestling game. I played that so many fucking times. Not the WWF one, but like the wrestling had like the mask guy with the star on his face.
Oh, pro wrestling.
Yeah, had like a mask guy.
That's the original like black box pro wrestling game for the NES.
Yeah, but I remember her.
It had Starman was the big guy.
Yeah, I remember I played it a little bit, but I know Mom um, played it a lot. But Adventure Island.
Adventure Island, good game. I remember you and I playing WrestleMania, which was awful,
Yeah,
but
I remember
we
playing
wanted
that
to love
house.
it
Yeah,
because it had Hulk Hogan on the cover, ripping his fucking shirt off, and really all it was a button masher where you got to pick like 6 different wrestlers
yeah. Like I
and
saw
just
somebody like play a speed run, and all you gotta do is hit the kick button over and over again. Really.
not a good game, but
But it was like a chance. It's like, oh, I can make Andre the Giant do stuff. I can, you know what I mean? It's the first time I could take these
to
characters and
make him
yeah,
kick. That's really all he could do.
but it was DiBiase was in it, Bam Bam was in it,
Yeah, yeah, DiBiase, Bam
Hogan,
Bam,
Andre.
Hogan, Andre, and probably Macho Man, maybe.
I think Macho Man was in it.
Um, I don't know for sure.
I don't think Piper was in it.
And then when we got older, we got the fucking N64 wrestling games, which were really good.
Yeah, once those are what brought me back into wrestling.
Well, yes, absolutely. And I think
The THQ
if you listen
games.
to Mark and Jay Briscoe,
Hmm.
they say the same fucking things. And then they started wrestling on the trampolines, which is exactly what we did. But then you found Fire Pro Wrestling, and I remember we had computers that were just they were maybe an eighth of what we have on our phones now. And I remember finding Fire Pro X Premium or whatever, where you'd be able to find out all these fucking sheets where you could create wrestlers. And I'd spend days just getting these templates and putting them into an NES emulator so we could play ECW matches. You remember this shit?
Sorry, I was just responding to somebody texting me. They're like, I texted a bunch of people last night, and somebody was like, "Were you on Kill Tony?" Yep.
That's fine.
I just missed that last bit. You were talking about
I was
wrestling games, the
so
THQ games and stuff.
well, those were great, and like I said, that's where the Briscoes or the Pews
Yeah.
got back into it again too. And then eventually, well, they started wrestling on trampolines and shit, was which was exactly the same shit we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And and then eventually we found out about Fire Pro Wrestling
Yeah.
as far as a video game.
That's what's frustrating about. That's not really frustrating. It was like I followed through all the same steps. You know, I could have been right there in Ring of Honor with them. You know what I mean? But I fucked it all up.
You and I are weirdly the parallel for those two. We were doing almost, not completely, but almost exactly the same shit. We were doing it in Selbyville, and they were doing it in Laurel.
Mm-hmm.
They just happened to be doing it where they got somebody to notice them.
But yeah, I mean, I'm saying like I was on the level with them. You know what I mean? Like I could have stuck it out. You know what I mean? But it's cool though. It's like because I have all these tales and adventures now and stuff, and maybe if I get on there again, I'll tell them more
Sure,
about
and
about my wrestling experience and stuff, and about knowing Jay and shit. But it was cool. It happened. I was literally on the world's biggest stage last night.
yeah, and, and
Biggest, smallest stage. It's a tiny fucking stage, but it's like it's it's probably not the biggest show in the world, but it is the #1 comedy podcast in the world.
sure. Um, but yeah, my point is, we were both kind of brothers, really close by, doing the same shit. They managed to make it work.
Yeah.
And you did better with it. I went into playing music that never made any money. But I'm
You gotta
at
be
least
tight before.
fairly decent. But it's weird that we were that close by. Doing almost exactly the same shit.
My little buddy. Oh, I'm so happy. Oh. It's It's just so beautiful. No matter what else, I'm happy. You know what I mean? It's regardless. It's like, no matter what happens, I did it. You know what I mean? I got to do it. You know what I mean? It happened.
Yeah, and I'm glad.
I'm gonna keep going forward and doing more things and whatnot, but it's like, I don't know. It's pretty wild, man. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
It's a lot of work.
It's gonna be a lot of work. I'm gonna keep doing it. I really hope it turns into something. I can't do normal. It doesn't work. I have to do it this way. I have to figure out a way to make this work.
Well,
And I think I might be on the
and
right path.
I'm glad and I'm proud of you, but you do have like a set now, right?
I mean, not really. I mean, like, I have my bits. I have all these different bits that I can go to and come in and out of and stuff like that. And they have their
Or
pops and they have their
well,
high
then
marks.
you have a set. If you had to put all your bits together, how long do you think they are?
Dude, I could talk for an hour and a half.
Well, that's not what I'm asking.
Yeah.
I understand that's improv. That's all the bits and stuff you do.
Yeah, like it's like I got like
How long do
I
you?
have five of that, five of that, five of that. I mean,
So
like if I put them
your
like
your your
I have a
written.
bunch of like 4 to 5 minute sets that I can take them and compile them and put them into 20 minute
Well,
sets and shit.
you always have to have a tight five. That's cool. But all of your written stuff that you know is going to hopefully at least be cool. How long is that? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I have it and I have it like
And you don't gotta give me an approximate. Just give me an idea.
yeah, like I said, I've never really like broken everything down and been like, okay, I just know like okay, I can tell this story in this way, and I can tell that story in that way, and that'd be in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Or
That's fair.
I mean that's how I
Do,
do.
do
Like,
you, well,
I mean,
okay.
I got
Well,
my ice jokes. It's like I start with talking about Lucius, and I talk about how I left my mom in Delaware, and I got her a new dog, and she's already threatening to call ICE on him, saying stop biting me, you little black Mexican, and stuff like that. And then I go into my other two ICE jokes, where I talk about how ICE is hiring 40-year-olds now, which is perfect because me and Lucius would be perfect undercover agents. I was like, do you know how many parents just walk right up to me with their children? And I'm like, see, nice perro. Yeah, yeah, click, click, come with me. And they're like, I always gets a little laugh. And then I bring up, and where the fuck is Vanilla Ice? Like, I don't understand since the beginning of all this shit's happened. Like, where's Vanilla Ice not? Why is Vanilla Ice not banking off of this shit? Where are the compilation videos? And I have my hands up in the air, like you put you have your hands up on the wall or something, like cops do. And like, where are all the compilation videos? And I go, ice, ice, baby, and I put when I say ice, I put my right hand behind my back. I say ice again, I put my left hand behind my back, and then I say, I turn to the side, like my hands behind my back, handcuffed. And I start,
okay.
so it's ice, ice,
Okay.
baby, as I'm like turning like I'm being perp walked away. And that always gets a little pop too, and a laugh. And then
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah.
and then I go.
Um.
I have my commercial bits, and I go into like how like they annoy the shit out of me and stuff like that, and like especially with YouTube and how like they're so like. I think it's because they're so jarring. Because back in our day, there was a rhythm and a cadence to it. Like you felt the spike of the dramatic spike of the end of the act coming, and like you knew the commercial was about to come. Like you had like a flow for it kind of thing. And then like I talk about like I can talk about the frustrations with commercials but I always like lead into PSAs, and like I go because it turns into a pop. This is one of my pop ones. It's a cheap heat pop one. But I talk about like, and we have this thing called PSAs back in the day too, and they were on the fucking ends of our commercials. So fucking He-Man, fucking GI Joe, blah blah blah. It's really fucking confusing for you when you're a kid and you're watching GI Joe and Sergeant Slaughter, your hero, is telling you, teaching you things at the end of every episode about how to keep your nose from bleeding or stay away from strangers and shit. And then I changed the channel with my pop up and Sergeant Slaughter's a fucking Iraqi fucking turncoat sympathizer, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And your grandfather believes in this shit, and so it's just as real to you, and you're so confused as a child. You're like, wait a minute, I thought he was a good guy, but now he's a bad guy? Wait a minute, kick his ass, Hulk Hogan. USA, and I started USA chant, and that's how I usually end my sets. If I do my commercial joke, I do the USA chant. I walk off the set with my chant USA. But,
Okay, well, that's cheap heat, but
yeah,
it's
it's totally
it's
cheapy.
it,
Um,
it's um it's a smart way to do it,
and I do
but
and I do the Texas thing for cheap heat too, but I do it in a kind, endearing way where it's like ever since I was a kid, putting the VHSs, putting in the VCR over and over again. There's I don't bring it up like that. I bring it up like there's Texas. I've always been kind of drawn to Texas on and off all throughout my life, even ever since I was a little kid, putting that VHS of Pee Wee's Big Adventure in the VCR over and over again. And when he's down here, looking for his bike in the Alamo, he's like, "Yeah, Dottie, I'm in Texas. You don't believe me? The stars at night are big and bright." And people are already got that warm-hearted. Oh, he's so sweet. He's telling this story about his childhood. Everybody loves Pee Wee Herman. It's one of our favorite lines, and he's saying it here in Texas, and it all comes together. So every time I get the deep in the heart of Texas, every fucking time.
I mean, yeah, that's cool.
So I played a cheap heat, and I even explain that to people sometimes. They're like, "Oh, you got to get better at writing, set up punch," and I'm like, "I know, I understand. I have my jokes. I feel like I'm turning into an old black woman. Especially when winter comes around.
Well,
It's the Afghan of
you gotta find the
say Lord have
balance
mercy
for
all the
sure.
time."
Cheap heat is great.
Yeah.
It's great, but you can't rely on that to be your
No.
whole thing.
And
So if
I
you
just do
have
it for fun drunk crowds. But and
people
I
that
tell the other
are not
comics I don't always go for the laugh. Sometimes I go for the pop.
sure,
Because I'm an old wrestler.
cheap heat is great. You just you gotta
You got to build
do
to it.
both,
You can't just do it. You can't just
and you
do
know
the
that.
USA chant. Okay, do it.
I'm not
Forget it.
telling you anything you don't
You
know.
got to bring them into that moment to want to do it. Yeah. I talked about surgery a little bit. I talked about Candace a little bit. I talked about my boo boo a little bit. Of course, I'd love to talk more, and I think I could get Leonard and kill it with the interview. We should talk more about wrestling. But everybody's like, "Man, you did great. You'll get up there again." And another guy was like, "Dude, just bring up wrestling next time. Just talk about wrestling next time." All right. We'll see what happens. But I don't know. We'll see. Because I'm there all the time too, and now they all have put the name to the face. You know what I mean? So now when I'm walking the streets, Red Band might be like, "Hey," or somebody else might be like, "Hey," you know what I mean? I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. If you don't totally suck, it's like people are like, "Hey, blah, 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 blah." I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm the biggest critic right now. I feel like I did fucking wrong. A lot of people were being really kind and encouraging to me after the show. And this wasn't just. I had fellow comedians telling me, and I had people that were in the crowd at the show telling me. What was that, Lulu? Oh, it's my door. Stupid ass dishwasher door. I can't even. It's just so weird. I don't even know. But like I said, like it's happening. You know what I mean? Like, of course, it's not like an overnight thing. It's not going to be like, oh, all of a sudden he's going to be like this. You know, like you know what I mean, making all kinds of money and all over the place. But it's like, this was the catalyst. You know what I mean? Like, this is the kicker. This is going to be what? Oh, this guy is a public figure now. You know what I mean? And like, the traffic is probably going to start flowing on the YouTube channel and stuff like that. And I'm going to get all the fucking hate people. You know what I mean? That's going to be the whole fucking weird shit. But watch, it might not be nothing at all. But I've told other people, I was like, I have a YouTube channel, I stream. And a couple guys were like, dude, we'd fucking watch you just fucking hang out and fucking play PUBG and shit. And I told them about my other 2 shows that I got started going and whatnot. And so, I mean, I slowly building interest. And, you know, I say all this stuff, and at the same time, I'm the only sober person out there. So I don't know if any of these fucking drunk people are actually going to, you know what I mean? If they actually believe anything they're saying or telling me everything, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, it's so odd.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the story of being in front of an audience. You don't know.
I can't complain, though. I couldn't be happier. I mean, they didn't hate me. I didn't get booed.
Well, that's good. That's good. It's a positive thing. Now, keep working towards your craft. At least from where I'm sitting.
I know.
Just keep working.
But like I said, I went and I did another set at the Narbar afterwards.
Well, and that's what you said when you called me. You were like, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to do this. And like, that's exactly what you need to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because I did.
Put in your time. Pay your dues.
I ended up not doing anything at the creek, but I went over to the creek and I talked to a few guys, and I was like, I feel like it's too. I don't know if I want to sign up for this one, so let me go over to Shakespeare's. I'm more comfortable over at Shakespeare's.
I don't know how this world works, but
and I was like, I think it's a better show. I thought it was a better audience when I left Shakespeare's, and then when I was over at Creek in a Cave, and I was like, let me go back over there and let me, you know, because it's nice. I like it over there, and I went over there, and the guy was. I probably could have went on stage, but it was just comedians in the crowd. And the guy was like, all right, and our last comedian is, I was like, all right, I'm going to go to Narbar. So I went over to the Narbar, and I walked back there, and there was a guy on stage, and the guy who was running it saw me come in, and he looked at me, and he points at the paper, and I'm like, yeah, sure. And I go over there, and I sign my name. And he had another chick, and then he called me up, and I did a little set. And it was just calm and comforting. It was a little venting, you know. I kind of like talked about. I just had my minute.
Sure, and you got to keep doing that.
Yeah, because it's crowd work too. I was working the crowd, and I got to get the feel of the crowd a little bit. And I went into
absolutely. It's not just that, but it's just everything.
Mm. Oh,
you just got.
Another one of my quick jokes that's like a comedian's joke, but like people get it, and I've gotten a lot of other comedians been like, yo, you're fucking right. I went on stage after a couple people did their sets, and I just thought of it because somebody else who just did this. And so now I say it like this, I go on stage and I go, you notice nobody does a Donald Trump impression anymore? No, they do Shane Gillis or Tyler Fisher's Donald Trump impression. You know what I mean? Like, they don't have their own Donald Trump impression. They just do Shane Gillis or Tyler Fisher's Donald Trump impression.
Did you ever do my RoboCop joke?
No, but it's constantly in the back of my head. And somebody else told me a fucking joke to use today. And it's like, it's one of those things, it's like, I'd want to, but at the same time, it's one of those things, it's like, but it's not mine. You know what I mean? And I would feel like, oh, so...
It's not yours, but it is essentially some shit that I think You would think.
Yeah. And yeah, and
It's
I can make
and
it work because it does work all day long.
it's pretty good. And I don't really think of comedy very often, but
This
I
other guy
thought
even
about
told
that.
me.
And I was
This guy told
like,
me about
and
it. He was like, "Hey, I got a joke for you. You can keep it if you want it." Blah blah blah. Is basically saying that to say that my dog has this thing where he like is obsessed with attacking people with yarmulkes or something, and it's like so it tries attacking Jews or something. So I named it Juniper. No, I was like, all right. I was like, it's cute, funny, but
well, I like to think mine was actually a little bit
yours is way
better than that.
better. That's why
But
I was like, oh, that's funny, that's cute, but like, I don't, it's I don't want to use that, but they still like yeah, bitches leave, and like, and it's like, how do you go? It's like
well,
I
I,
say
I,
bitches leave, but they're like they either like they don't leave. Or they start asking why my bitch, and I was like, I don't know, bitch. That's why I've been trying to figure out this whole time.
yeah, I don't know why you've been a bitch this whole time. I've been asking myself that shit all day long, and that was me kind of thinking out the bit. I don't know. I've never. uh, Technically, to me, I did stand up one time
Mm.
when I was hosting um, a punk rock night where at the arenas and in Midway, and we played our set. And then at the end of the set, I was like, I know I got a bunch of stand up comedians here. I just want to tell one joke. Do you remember this? Probably not.
Well, I mean, I don't
I
know. I
said
don't know. I just the only stand up I remember. I think I remember another guy one time, and then that girl that one time.
Joanne
Yeah.
did stand up. She hosted a bunch of her shit, but she was the host of that night, and I was just the guy playing the music. And at the end, I was like, okay, well, I got one joke because I know this is a joke. This is a comedy and music show, and I was like, well, I'm gonna try my one joke. I said, well, there was this one time I was walking down the street with a friend of mine, and as we're walking down the street, I saw a dog licking his balls.
I remember this one. I can't remember how you finished it, but I remember you say something like this. Or you could do it too, or something.
Yeah. And he said, I fucked this whole thing up myself. But yeah, the punchline is that dog will bite you.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you try, yeah, that's right. I saw his dog licking his balls, and I thought, man, I wish I could do that too. And it's like, man, I
And
want
I
to try
said,
that.
that
Man,
dog
that
will
dog
bite
bites
you.
you. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's a very easy joke.
Yeah.
And I think I probably fucked it up. But I was like, I'm going to try to tell a fucking joke. That's an easy fucking joke to tell. It's two lines. And it's a very small idea. That dog will bite you.
putting them in my notes. I gotta start drawing them out more. I'm gonna do a couple shows tomorrow, like in the house. I don't know if I'm gonna go to open mic tomorrow or not. Like, I need to stay. I need to go to bed early because I need to get. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work for
Nope.
me.
From my
I
perspective,
gotta take him to
go
the
to,
vet.
go
7 o'clock
go
in the
to
morning on
bed.
Wednesday.
Go to bed. Get rest. And then tomorrow, show up there every open night.
That's what I'm saying.
Just
He has surgery on Wednesday. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't decide whether if I want to go out, maybe do a couple, or like just stay in and do some of my YouTube shows, because he's got to take his medicine. He's got nausea medicine he has to take Tuesday night. And
okay.
he's got to
That's
fast.
fair enough.
He's got to fast before I got to take him to the doctor's. I got at 7:30. I think I have to be there, so I have to leave at like 6:30 to get there. So I don't know. That's why I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to sleep that night or if I'm going to stay up that night. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Okay. So, I don't even want to put you on the spot, but you actually have bits now.
Yeah, like I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to do that one. You know what I mean?
Because when you were here, you didn't have
I did.
hardly
That's what
any.
I'm saying. Like I had.
Well, it was like
It's
your
like,
introduction.
I'm like, I have. Okay, I have 17 notes here, but I have.
You're writing
I have
all of it down.
122 pages of notes in my other sets of notes.
Okay,
And
that's
it's
fair.
all like got like, it's all got like stuff that they're either cute things, or like they're like things I need to expound on, and like, because there's other things that I want to do like more deep thought things into, but I gotta make them funny.
I will do
and not just
all
talk
I
about the deep
can
thought stuff. I
to
guess
support you.
There's like things I gotta work in and work around with, but
You have points to pivot off of.
yeah, it's just a matter of sitting down. Like I said, I just need to do that too, and like if I really want to, and like sit down and be like, okay, here's the story. Now let's.
Can I ask you a really shitty thing right now?
Set up punchline. Set up punchline. Fill in the spaces in between to make up time if you have to, but we need
That's
set
fair.
up punchline. Set up
So,
punchline.
you knew. That's fair. So, you knew what you wanted to say when you got
Your soul
Kenny,
burns
Kill Tony,
with might.
whatever it is. Right?
Yeah.
You had an act.
Yeah. I've done it a couple times on test audiences and other crowds.
Just for me, can you do that?
Yeah, I'll try to do it. I'll look at where's the clock too, so I can make sure I do it in time. Alright.
You don't gotta do it like perfectly in time. I'm just curious. I just want to hear your act.
I'm tired of people getting fucking words wrong, and
I know you're playing.
I lost this battle,
Fucking
but
magic.
you can win the war.
I am too. That's fine.
I'm tired of people getting fucking words wrong. I was watching Van Jones interview these 4 black folks that voted for Trump, and one of the gentlemen said, "I like him because he's an asshole. He says what he means and he means what he says." And I'm like, "That's not a fucking asshole." We had a wonderful film that came out years ago called Team America World Police that explains the difference between a dick and a pussy and an asshole. You got pussies and assholes that want to bitch about everything and shit all over everything and ruin everything for everybody. But then you got the dicks, the ones who are willing to stand up and do what's right no matter how much it pisses other people off. and dicks and pussies and assholes hate dicks because dicks fuck pussies and assholes. And Donald John Trump is the dick we hired to fuck the pussies and assholes. And I love what he's doing with the Oval Office. He's turning that shit into a modern day Piper's Pit. I'm just waiting for the day one of these world leaders mouths off to him and he says, "That's interesting. Could you look over there for a second?" And while they're bent over looking in the other direction, he grabs a fire extinguisher from behind his chair and shoves it up the guy's ass and says, "What the fuck did you say to me, Macron? Now get the fuck out of my office and get the fuck out of my country. Now hit my fucking music." So it's like I said, if it's a Trump positive crowd, it pops twice. You get the mid pop and then you get the pop in the end. And the pop in the end is a chuckle pop. It's a laugh pop. But it's not like a solid, "Oh, that's a funny punchline." But it is funny, like if you're in that moment and I build up the scenario and I'm acting it out and like that, because I did it in a one test audience, and I didn't do a great job of acting it out, but I still got a great reaction from the crowd. Like I got like the fuck yes and like I had some like laughs and nods and like people like agreeing and going along with it.
I will tell you this
But
much
then
because
the other time I did it, that one ended up failing because it was called Caesar's Night, and the Caesar is a registered Democrat, so thumbs down. And then but the other time I did it, I was like, I can do it with this crowd and they'll fucking like it too. It's these 4 drunk guys and a couple other people, and I did that whole bit, but I was like into it, you know what I mean? And I kind of did my faggy voice when I was like, and I love what he's doing, and I was like, and then when I went into and what the fuck, and shoves up his ass and get the fuck out of my country, and I hit my fucking music, you know, like an intense professional wrestler in control of the crowd in the center stage. And these 4 guys, they fucking ate it up. They loved it, dude. And they're all like guys like our age. They were a lot of like 40, 45-year-old guys, and like it was like white dude, dorky Asian guy, fun little Hispanic guy.
and I will tell you that
There was a guy from London there too. United Kingdom was there.
You did a very good read of that thing.
Yeah, it's like I know it, but like when I went out there on Kill Tony, I was like, and I fucking said fuck more than I wanted to, and then I started over explaining things. Like I detailed pussies and assholes too long and too much, and then I heard the kitty cat, and I was like, fuck. In my head, and not my head, but like when I practiced, I know it's like a minute 9 seconds or so. You know what I mean? I know I'm going to hear the kitty cat, but I know I have enough time.
You're
to
way
get it out before
more
the bear
into this
comes.
than I am, but
That's what I'm saying. Well, after a minute, you hear meow like a little kitty cat, and that tells you your minute is up. You got 20 more seconds, basically, whether they want to keep listening to you or not. And then if they're not liking it, or you start going on longer, you hear he calls it the California bear or whatever, and you hear roar, and it like shuts you up completely. And so I got the roar, and I didn't get my joke out.
I don't know. It sounds like you did pretty well.
Yeah, like I said, even though I stuttered and stumbled, I got to the first pop, and I started to lean in, and I got to the line where I said he reaches for the fire extinguisher, and then I got the bear, and so I couldn't finish the last 3 lines, but like I said, I worked it, and I talked to other people, and they're like, dude, no, you got this. And there's a couple people I talked to, and they're like, dude, I wouldn't be talking to you right now if I didn't think you got potential, you know, or didn't think you sucked. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Here's the other thing, and I'm just a drunk guy in Delaware. Exploit this shit as much and as best you can know how.
I'm gonna work it
because it's gonna go away.
Mm-hmm.
There are going to be other guys next week doing the same shit. So do whatever you can as best you can with
We're gonna work it.
And that's not me. That's not how I work things. But if you're trying to make this shit work, Absolutely. Just anything you can get. Any. I know you texted me about podcasts and shit coming in. Do everything.
Yeah.
Get every point of people looking at you as you can. And if there's nothing left, get more.
Yeah. That's definitely been in my head too. It's like, all right, well, it's like if this is your chance to take this ball, we gotta really pick it up and run and do it. And that's what I'm trying to do too. We're doing the open mic. We're doing my show. We're doing my interview show.
Well,
I'm
and
starting to
that's
do
like
big
when you
shows.
told when you called me and you said I'm going out to the open mic and everything. That's exactly what you need to do.
Mm.
You need to hit every fucking spot and say, "Well, this is what I did last night."
Yeah, because the other
I,
guys,
I,
the other
I
guys have been telling me they're like, dude, there's dudes who suck out here, and they've only been out here 3 months, but they're getting book shows now. They're like, you can do this. And like I talked to another guy, and he's like, I'm not saying this to be mean. I'm actually saying this to be encouraging. He's like, you're not as good as you think you are, but you're way better than you think you are. You're kind of like one of those things. It was like, it was like, I forget what he said exactly, but it was one of those like, but it's like you're not. You know what I mean? He's like you're humble enough to know and be aware that you're not. This level, but you're aware. I don't know. It was just I don't know. I'm aware of who I am and what my limitations are. You know what I mean? But I know what I'm capable of and what my potential is.
yeah,
And
yeah,
like this guy was saying, he was like, "You're there now. You are in the Kill Tony universe. You are a part of this fucking environment now."
yeah, maybe, but just just keep hitting the open mics and trying to get better. That's the important thing. You'll get better at your craft.
Yeah. Mom's texting me and stuff now. But yeah, I mean that's all I can think about doing. It's like I know and understand what they're saying and what I need to do, and I know what I need to work on, and I want to work on those things too. But like I was telling another guy, it's like I want to. He's like it's like I get it. You want to do it all, but you can't do it all. I'm like, sure you can. I mean, I'm not letting anybody put any limitations or restrictions on me, but I'm taking in all the advice I can get from everybody. But I'm like, there's people that say
Damn, I
I'm a
can't
producer,
imagine
writer, actor, comedian
well,
all the fucking time. You know what I mean? I can fucking do that shit too.
sure. I can't believe how late it is.
I mean, because that's essentially what you are as a comedian anyway. You're your own writer, making your own monologues that you have to go out and act and perform. You are a producer, a writer, and a comedian all in one, pretty much. If you're a comedian that works like that.
Well, as stand up, yeah, yeah, you're correct.
But yeah, man. I don't
And
know what's
it's
up with
hard.
Jose. If Jose flakes out, I'm gonna be like, man, I really hope he. It sucks. It's so wishy washy. I don't know what he's going through either. I don't know what's on his mind, or what struggles he has and he's going through and whatnot. But he said he was down. Every time I talked to him, he's like, Wednesday, right? Yeah, I'm down. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, just check your Instagram messages that I sent you, and sign the waiver and all that good stuff, or or we'll, get in contact with me and figure out what's a good time for you. You know what I mean? And he's like, okay, and like
Yeah.
nothing comes of it though. But so I don't know. I'm gonna tell him maybe I'll tell him tomorrow or something. Like, look, if I don't hear anything from you by the end of the day, I'm gonna ask Matt if he wants to do the interview, or I'm gonna ask Mark if he wants to do an interview, or I'm gonna, you know what I mean? I'm gonna start looking for somebody else. Other people want to do this too, and I thought that was a motivating thing, because I said that to him. I was like, just let you know, man. I wasn't saying it like, oh, like I was like, other guys are interested too. Like everybody's thinking, like, hey, I'm down. Like let's do this. You know, blah blah blah. You know, like telling like other guys are just as interested. To make him feel like, oh, am I really doing this? Is there really a reason for me to do this? I want to be like, hey, there's other guys interested too that want to do this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
it sucks that I have to like market to normal
All right,
people,
dude.
but I have to
Well,
market to comedians too.
that's fair.
But yeah, I'm
All
sorry.
right,
He'll stop holding you up.
that's fine. I'm headed to bed. You have a
Alright,
nice
man.
night. Be safe.
Thank you, man. Good night. Love
I'll
you.
talk to you next time.
All right. Let's call mom. Huh? Huh? No, I haven't gone to sleep. I was just talking to Michael. No. So fucking annoying. I was just talking to Michael about it. I was like, dude, I don't get nervous. I was literally just having a conversation with a new friend of mine, Pete Stacks. He's actually from Pennsylvania. He's like, I get nervous every time I go up there. I'm like, really? And he's like, yeah, man. And this guy, he's been in and out of entertainment his whole life too. Like he used to do Carney and stuff, like when he was a kid, and his parents did and shit. I was like, really? I was like, the first night I went up, I had to get the jitters out of me. But now every time I go up, it's like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. I get more feeling like I'm constrained for time, and under that pressure, feeling like fuck, I need to make sure I don't screw this up, you know, and make sure I don't fuck up anybody else's time, you know, like I'm thinking of like those things and trying to like I don't get nervous. I don't get nervous. I'm standing there by the pool table, and they call this guy's name, and they're like, Justin so and so, Justin so and so. He's not coming, and I just grabbed these 2 pizza boxes because I was like getting ready to throw them away, but I'm realizing this guy's not coming. You know, he's not, you know, like, and I was like, so, well, hold on, buddy. Let me set these pizzas down. Sit right here. This guy isn't coming. And you never know. They might call us. And sure enough, Matthew Coughlin. And I'm like, they really just said my fucking name. You know what I mean? And like, I'm like, okay, buddy, this is what we prepared for. This is it. There we go. I grabbed his water and I walked over to the staging area. And they're like, oh, you can start heading over there. I'm like, all right. And I started walking over, and I saw Cole, the guy that takes everybody over. And he looked at me and his eyes lit up. He's like, oh, it's you. And I was like, it's me. And he's like, all right, let's do this. He's like, let's go. He's like, let me call and check about the dog. And he's like, all right. And he's like, calling. And as we're walking down the stairs, like we start to walk, and I hit the entranceway to go down to the stairs. It's where I take fucking trash out for work. You know, where we were going. We're going out to the alleyway to walk backstage to the other place. As soon as I started walking down, I'd never gotten butterflies or anything. Like, I've gotten butterflies before in my life and stuff, but this wasn't butterflies. This was like my solar plexus all of a sudden had this painful pit in it. Like, it just, everything just got so tense and hard right in the center of, like, not my chest, not my stomach, my solar plexus, right in the middle. And I'm like, oh, and it like hurt, and I'm like, stop it. I'm like, you know, telling myself, just breathe. Stop it. What the fuck? You don't get nervous. Stop it. You know what I mean? I'm like, and I empty my pockets, and I go back, and I'm standing there backstage. I'm talking to William Montgomery. And William Montgomery, he's like the record holder for the show. Like, he's closed the show, like, the most times throughout the history of the show. He comes on, like, mostly every week, and he's got little note cards that he writes his jokes on that he wrote down that week and stuff. Really nice, sweet guy. I'm talking to him. He's like, it's all right, man. Just you'll be cool. Just relax. You have a good time. Blah blah blah. You know what you want to say, right? Yep, I'm good. Yep. Like when somebody was like, "You want a bottle of water?" Yeah, and I took a cup. I was like, "I better," because like, all of a sudden, it's so annoying. And now I got this pain in my chest, but now I'm not even nervous anymore. But I'm like, we have to go do this, but I still can't get this fucking pain out of my fucking chest now. And then it's like, and here he is, Matthew Coffin, and they pulled the curtains open, and I step through, and I'm like walking towards the mic, like, all right, I'm just going through like my bit in my head. I know how to do this. I've done this. I've tested it. I know I can do it in a minute. Let's do it. And then I feel my pants. I had him in my pocket. I had his leash in my pocket, and I feel this tug. And I realize I look back. He didn't come through the curtain with me, and I'm like thinking the curtain guys probably scared him when they pulled the curtains back. And he jumped back kind of a little bit, and I just kind of tugged on his leash a bit. I was like, "Come here, boy. Come here, boo boo." And I tugged on him and pulled him, and he came walking through the curtain, and the crowd went motherfucking nuts. Yeah. Oh my god, and like, but not everybody can see him because he's so low in the way the stage is and everything. And then, you can't see the people behind the people's heads in the front row and all that shit, what's going on with people's feet on stage. And, so I fucked my minute up. It's like I can do this in a minute, but I started stuttering. I started saying fuck too many times. I started over explaining a part that I didn't have to over explain, and I just fucking the nerves fucking hit me, and it doesn't fucking happen, and it was bothering me, and I was like beating myself up. But I made it. And I made it through. Because like my Trump bit has a punch. It's not a punch, but it's a pop, and then it's a pop punch. It's like I build up to a fuck yeah, like yeah, I can go along with that, and then I do another little bit that leads into oh yeah, fuck yeah, that's badass, that's fun, yeah. It's more of a cheer, like it's a professional wrestling cheers kind of more what my minute was more so than like a real gut busting laugh or anything. But the way they do it, it's like, if you hit that minute mark, they make a little kitty cat noise. And I heard the cat noise, and in my head, I'm like, oh my god, I know when I hear the cat noise, I should be at the end of my bit, but I wasn't quite at the end of my bit, and I'm like, maybe I can get the rest out. I couldn't. Right before I said the last three lines of, like the punchline, before I said the punchline, the last three lines of my fucking bit, they had the fucking North Hollywood bear growl at me, and it's like this roar. It was like this loud growl that like cuts you off. And I didn't want to be a dick like the other people and like push it and like force the rest of my joke out and talk over. I didn't do any of that talking over shit. I just shut right up, and I looked over and I said, "I'm sorry, sir." My mom was more than certain. I probably said, "I'm sorry, sir," maybe a couple times, but it was Adam Ray, this other guy named Sam Talent, and another young man I don't even know were on the panel. And Tony was like looking at me pretty intently, like he liked a lot of the stuff I was saying at the same time. Like I think like my nervous energy was like wanting him to like move it along kind of thing. And but Adam Ray, he was dressed up like Miss Doubtfire pretty much. Like he was like wearing like a women's outfit and like an old lady mask and stuff. But even through like all his old lady makeup and everything, you could see this man's heart like right through his eyes. Like he looked right at me like with this sincerity. Like he really wanted to get to know me. Like he seemed like he was really intrigued, and he was like, "Man, you know what I mean?" He just seemed like a really sweetheart of a guy. And it's one of the things they tell you backstage, like don't initiate or try to touch or shake any of the guests' hands unless they initiate it first. Blah 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 blah. Don't talk over anybody. Keep it a flow of a banter conversation back and forth. Like they tell you all these rules like right before you go on and shit. You're gonna make sure you can't break any of these fucking rules. You don't want to upset anybody. But it wasn't bad. Like it was everything like I've been intending and trying to do. The kindness, the patience, and the persistence, and be Jesus, but like as an entertainer, I'm just thinking I got to be like William Shatner. And sure enough, like even though my minutes sucked, he still gave me a medium joke book. Like it says big joke book on it, but I took it back when I got backstage and I showed my doorman friend. He was like, "Oh, it's a medium." I was like, "Okay." So I mean, like I didn't do so bad. I didn't get nothing. I didn't do so bad. I got a small joke book. You know what I mean? I got a medium joke book, which that's not bad. And they liked me, and like I talked to people in the audience afterwards, and they all like I started crying because I said I don't fucking believe you. You know what I mean? It was like I thank God, thank you so much. It means a lot to me that you guys enjoyed to hear anything I had to say. You know what I mean? It's really cool. As I didn't get to talk about all the wrestling stuff I intended on talking about. There's other stories I intended to kind of like expunge on a little more, but I talked to all these other people before I come on, and they're like, "Oh, don't talk about that, blah blah blah." So I was like thinking, I was like, well, if he asked me, so what's something crazy what's crazy that's going on in your life or something, blah blah blah. I just told him, look, there's a lot of stuff, but I figure I might as well start from the beginning. I cracked my head open and ripped my lip off my face before I had heart surgery at 2 years old. And everybody's like, damn, you know what I mean? Everybody's like, what? And they're like, holy shit. And I told him, I was like, I don't remember. I think I told him about how like you had to console the other girls because the girl passed away and whatnot. She had the same problems I did. I kind of mentioned the dad situation about how he left us when he found out that you're pregnant, and like he's like, oh, nobody in my family has any heart problems, and he hung up the phone, and they're like, damn, they're like, well, like this is a buzzkill, you know, like, it's really sad, but I'm like being all like chipper and positive about it. And then he's like, well, what else? I was like, anything more modern? I was like, well, we can move on down the road a little bit. How about, you want to hear about the time I lost my virginity and when I was 16 or 15, 16, and the girl ran away from Colorado on a Greyhound, and her dad got here before she did on a plane because he found out. And he's like, oh my God, yes. He was like, what the fuck did her dad say when he saw you first? Yeah, it's like, well, I was working at a little shave ice stand, getting ready to make milkshakes and shit, and he came right in. He's like, oh, you seem like you're a nice young gentleman. I see why my daughter came all the way out here on his way to see you. And he's like looking at me like shocked, like, why the fuck would any man say something like that about a guy who got his daughter to run away from him? And I was like, he was Buddhist. They were a Buddhist family. Like they would all have the little prayer beads, and they go to the Buddhist temple and all that. They're Buddhist. They just fucking were chill people. But then he's like, how about now? Like anything more modern? And I was like, yeah. And I took my hat off and I slammed my hat down on their table. And they're like, holy shit. And the one guy's like, I don't know if people in the audience can see this, but he has like a shell helmet inside of his head. And they're like, so you like wear that for like, I was like, yeah. And I explained how I got struck in the head with a steel girder and stuff. And everybody's like, holy shit. Like people were saying I killed the interview and stuff, but I feel like I could have done better. I could have done more. There's much more I would have loved to have talked about. I wish I didn't have so much nervous energy. But Adam Ray, he said he's like, what do you say? It's actually amazing. It's actually quite impressive how articulate you are for such a spaz. I was like, thank you. Sorry. But it was the doors opening. You know, it's like now I've got other people wanting to do my show, and I've got other people wanting me to do their show, and I've got, yeah, it's starting to happen. And oh yeah, there was one point in the interview when we were talking, and I said, "Come here, boo boo," and I squat down, and Lulu jumps up in my arms, and I pick him up, and I stand up with him, and everybody's like, oh, you know, like every woman in the crowd, oh, you know. And they're like, oh my God, and what is her name? And I said, I got a pee-pee, and I lifted him up, and I tapped his dick, and I said, I got a pee-pee. And they're like, oh my God, now we got him molesting the dog. I was saying, dude, they just say silly shit. But they're like, I say his name's Lucius Fox, and everybody's like, oh, you know, everybody's loving it. So, but yeah, he's gonna start making his money. And we asked for donations on Facebook. I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but this girl told me about these 2 Facebook pages that are local that they said, like, she said, like, you can explain your situation and show your estimate bill and stuff. And sometimes, you know, you get these, like, rich people that see it and they love animals, and what they do is they will directly contact the veterinarian clinic and pay them directly for the surgery. And somebody else was telling me, like, you know, you can just buy animal health insurance and only, and you know, yeah, but they were like, you get it right before your procedure and then cancel it right after. And it's like good for 60 days even after you cancel it or something. And I was like, I don't know, yeah. That's the thing too. I talked about with somebody else tonight too. I was like, I trust in God and walk and go. No, okay, I gotta pay for this. I gotta buy this. I need these groceries. Just get what you need to get. You know, God's gonna provide. Just keep fucking walking. Don't be ridiculous and spend shit you don't need to spend shit on, but just keep fucking going. God provides. You have to be confident. And I don't know what goes on there before me, I didn't really get to talk to him because I was kind of all over the place. But Pete was talking to this girl wearing a hijab when I first showed up, and I was talking a little bit over at Shakespeare's, and I was like, oh, hey, nice to meet you, blah, blah. And then she was the first bucket pool. She'd never been there before. She's actually from Delaware. Yeah. She's actually, I guess, an elected official, quote unquote. She's wearing a hijab. She's a far leftist, and she's an elected official in our state back in Delaware. I don't know how much longer I would fucking have. I don't know. I don't think I could keep staying there under all this shit. But the guys who said it that I was talking to later was like, oh, she was actually pretty cool, pretty chill, laid back, went along with everything, really cool. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But where she was from Delaware, and she was an elected official apparently, I come on stage, oh, where are you from? I'm from Delaware. Oh, do you know who your elected officials are? And like, I don't know what they're talking about because I don't have any frame of reference of what the fuck they've been talking about on this show all night long. So I'm just like trying not to look stupid, and I'm just taking the information that he just told me. It's like, do you know your local officials in Delaware? And I thought about this later. I was like, oh, I could have mentioned that I went to AA with the mayor of Felton, and I fucking know another guy. But the first thing that popped in my head was, oh, yeah, and he's not fucking from Delaware. That bitch is from Pennsylvania. And they're like, who are you talking about? I was like, Biden. And they're like, oh, yeah. I was like, yeah, no, I guess, yeah. So, like, I didn't screw. So I don't know. That bitch is from Pennsylvania. He ain't from fucking Wilmington. That's what he claims. But anyways, but yeah. So that was kind of like the audience was like, ha ha ha, you know, because they know I don't fucking know what's going on. You know what I mean? And the guy on this, you know, yeah. So it was interesting. And I found out later. Oh, okay. But yeah, she's going back. What? Yeah, I mean, I said it's been an emotional couple months, but I said that didn't come up specifically like how long have you been here, but he said how long have you been doing comedy? I said July, and he was like, okay, you know, like that makes sense, but at the same time, it's like I said, like I just started doing comedy. I'm 2.5 months in, and people who've been doing this for several years are like, dude, hang in there. screwed up. He's like, it's fine. You know, get Lisa. You'll get up there again. And he was like, now, like, he's like, now Lucius is immortalized forever. You know what I mean? Like, he is always going to be remembered. And, like, and sure enough, he's going to be famous. Everybody's going to love him. In 2 weeks, in about a week or two, Lucius, you're going to be the most famous dog on the fucking planet. And he don't know and he don't care. You know? But it's really weird. Like, I just was thinking Jesus, and I'm like, this is happening. This is happening. Like I said, I started walking down the street, leaving one place and going to the other place, and I ran into another comedian. He's like, "Hey, blah blah blah." And we started talking. He's like, "I'm doing a podcast. Do you wanna do it?" And he's like, "Okay." I'm like, "Yeah, I got a podcast going to." He's like, "Okay." And so we're just like, I'm gonna do his show, and he's probably gonna do my show. I got other people that want to do my show. Yeah, it's happening. Whether if it's not gonna probably be like immediately successful or nothing, but I got the platform, and now I'm gonna start getting the traffic, hopefully. And I don't know, when it comes to YouTube stuff, it's hit or miss, but I've talked to a couple people out here, and they're like, "Oh, I made like $450 a month doing YouTube videos," and somebody else is like, "Oh, I made like $750 a month doing YouTube videos." And so, I mean, that's a potential revenue source. Trying to get on book shows is a potential revenue source. Keeping the job at Shakespeare's is a guaranteed revenue source. I was talking to this guy who's been doing it for like 6 or 7 years, I think 7 years now. His name's Leo, and he runs the shows on Thursday and Friday and Saturday at Shakespeare's. And you know, I was just talking with him casual, and he's like, I made $175,000 last year. You know what I mean? He's like, just doing this. You know what I mean? And that's what he done. $175,000. And he was like, just doing this. Barking out on the streets, getting people to come and do his comedy shows, and this and that. Like he runs these comedy shows. It's like 2-hour comedy shows, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And he's got all these other people out in the streets working for him, but they're working for him for time. They're not working for him for money from him. You know what I mean? Like they're working the streets to try to get people to come to the show, so they'll hopefully get 5 to 10 minutes to talk on the show. And but I don't exactly know how the money is generated and whatnot. I mean, obviously Bob Woody, the guy who owns the facility, is being like, okay, we're gonna pay you to put on the show. You know what I mean? So it's just like the guys who come and play guitar and music and stuff, they all get, you know, a paycheck somehow, some way. So like, and he just, I guess that's what he does. He has 3 nights there, and he probably does comedy in other places, and he's got his YouTube channel, and he talks about, he was trying to tell me, you know, you gotta get better at making the shorts and learn how to edit better. I know it's a pain in the ass, but if you want to do it, you gotta do it. You know what I mean? Because I don't have a girlfriend or anybody else who wants to learn to do all that stuff. But I don't know. Arthur might. I don't know. Arthur's cool, and I've been getting tight and cool with him, and he likes what I'm doing and whatnot. And he said he edits and stuff like that, so he might. I don't know. He's a really nice guy, though. He's the first guy I went to after my set. I was like, I gotta go see Arthur, and I walked through the doors, and I was like, he got his minute. He's like, what? He got his minute. He's like, you got his minute? He's like, yeah. I was like, I need a hug, man. He's like, of course, man. He gets up and he comes and gives me a hug. I was like, oh my gosh, dude, this is crazy. It's fucking happening, man. And he's like, yeah, man. That's pretty wild. And that's the other thing that sucks is my voice is still not all fucking back together. I can't do my voices and shit, but oh, I don't know. I have to cancel all those fucking things so you can have something. 'Cause Is he a lot better with everybody? That's good. It's so sweet. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy you love him. He's cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Little bat boy. And the joke kills too. It's a part of my ice bits. I'll mention Lucius, and then I'll mention how I left you back in Delaware with nothing. We got so today's Tuesday now, right? It's Tuesday morning now. So I need to sleep. Yeah, I need to sleep and do laundry, and we're gonna have one meal, and I'm gonna give him his medicine, and we're just gonna try to, I guess, stay in, clean up, and do laundry, make everything nice for tomorrow. Take him early in the morning, get him out there, and then that's why Jose has to get up with me too. I told him, I was like, let me know if you want to do it earlier in the day, if you want to do it later. And I was like, Angel didn't come till after 6. Well, I'm like, that late, but I don't want to mess up your time. You know, blah, blah. He's like, yeah, said. They were like, "You're a really nice guy. You know what I mean? You're a really sweet guy." I got to be on the world stage and show everybody this is me and this is Lucius. This is the start of something. And keep walking it out. Only got 2 days to work this week, like for as a doorman. So yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing too tonight. I was like, maybe I will go out there. I don't know. See if they need help. I don't know. I need to go to sleep though. It's 6 o'clock. I'm sorry. Man, I love you too, Mama. I hope. Yeah, I'm hope. I want to start making lots of money. I want to move you out here. Yeah. Well, like I said, you get used to it. And like today, like it's a nice day today. The day wasn't bad. It's like different times of day feel like different, like muggier. But I don't know. It takes some getting used to, I guess. But it's like I said, it's not middle of summer right now either. It's starting to kind of start to get into fall a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to make you do anything you don't want to do, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe you should just come visit sometime or something. Yeah. Because if you come and visit, I mean, that might make you feel like, okay, well, maybe it's not that bad. But by the time you come here, it'd be fucking winter anyways. But, like I've been saying since the beginning, it's not like you're gonna be outside all the time. I'm outside all the fucking time. Yeah. But and like it's not like it's like an absolute dreadful nightmare. I mean, it's like if you just need to go from here to there, it's not so horrible. But if you do have to walk a couple blocks, it's like okay, this is nuts. It's crazy out there, though, man. Oh my god, I watched Arthur pull a knife out today. Oh my gosh. This guy was acting all crazy in front of the store, and he's like, "Dude, get the fuck out from under the store." And I was like, "All right." He's like, "I gotta go anyways, dude, but I'll go help keep an eye on this guy." He's like, "Yeah." Was like, I was telling the guy, I was like, "I don't know, sir. Why don't you check down the street down there, sir, and go look." It's just a crazy like homeless guy with his pants halfway around his pants and like no shirt on and stuff, and it's like, "No, go down there, sir." Blah blah blah. And Arthur comes out. He's like, "Yo, get the fuck out of here, you fucking crazy asshole!" And he like pulls his fucking knife out. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here!" I was like, "Oh my god." People don't like. I guess a lot of people see a lot of shit out here, so it's like they don't. It's like people fucking get away with too much shit for. It's like, dude, if you go to start acting stupid, I'll fucking get the fuck away. It's an adventure. I'm sorry. I keep babbling. I'm getting tired. I took one of these good night pills. You know, we're gonna have a nice couple quiet days, I think. And hopefully Jose comes over for dinner tomorrow. All right, love ya. All right, text or call anytime. Anytime. this weekend she's got me scheduled to be there 10 o'clock on Saturday. She changed it from me coming in at 7 to me coming in at 10 a.m. I'm like, oh my god, okay. Yeah, I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense, but I don't know. I don't know. I told him, yep. I told him that's what I'm here for, to be available. Like, you move and shift me around wherever you need to fill in the hole, you know. So maybe they got somebody that, you know, they just couldn't get somebody to fill that shift, but they could get somebody to fill the other shift. So they asked me to do that shift. So yeah, I have all that too. I have all I paid for my server license and I paid for my food license all at the same time, so I can work at a restaurant, I can serve alcohol, I can, you know, check IDs, everything. Don't e- don't even need to. They're just like, yeah, dude, because everything is like, I want a this and a this. You know, and I want that liquor with that soda. I want that liquor with lemonade. I want that liquor with tea. I want that liquor. You know, that's all that. No one orders anything fancy. You know, every once in a while they'll be like, "Oh, can I have a blah blah blah?" And that's, "Oh, you put the orange juice in this and you shake it with some ice and there, here, pour 5 drinks. There you go, boom boom boom." Like everything's just, they call it 2 drink fucking drinks. You know, like every drink, the name of the drink is in the drink. It's like, they're like, now, if you want to work at one of the speakeasies and actually learn how to be a mixologist, you can do that. You will get paid more, you know, but then you're working in the private clubs, and you know what I mean. Yeah, yeah. Mm. And that's what I told her. I told her, like, I can do all this too. I can learn how to do this too. Like, I almost did it. It was one day last week. She group texted everybody and said, "Hey, is there a bartender available for this shift? Blah 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 tonight." And I was like, I was just about to say so. I was like, I'm gonna tell her. I just need to finish these couple things on the computer, and then I'll tell her I can do it. But the computer was being stupid, and I ended up fighting it. So I was like, oh, and I didn't even worry about it because it was stuff I needed and wanted to have to do on the computer to start figuring things out for my show and get things in order and make it. But the AI was being stupid and not working with me, and things weren't going as fast as I was hoping they were going to go. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. But yeah, yeah. Yeah, I was telling somebody I gotta figure out how to do that. That's what I was talking about Angel when Angel was here making his Puerto Rican meal. He was like, it'd never be the way my mom made it. And I was like, man, it's the same way with me. Like, if I got the chicken and dumplings recipe, but I guarantee I'm not gonna make it the way my mom or my grandmother made it. I'm gonna follow all the instructions and it just come out however it comes out. I think I'll probably end up making mine closer to how my mom made them because you like to make yours your way. Yeah. But you can't fail if I'm using the shortening, the salt, and the pepper, and just the same, just a whole chicken. And yeah, and I gotta add. You said you put some chicken stock into the with the chicken. You just put chicken stock with the chicken in it. Oh yeah. Well, there's the bro, yeah, the broth part. You putting the whole chicken in there with the broth, right? Yeah, yeah. It's the skin in the back, like the spine, like the back has a lot of the broth producing material in it and stuff too. I thought you just did it all in the same pot. I was just saying, I thought you just did it all in the same pot. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, right. You use the chicken broth instead of water to actually mold and yeah, to work out the dough. Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna give you more flavor too in itself too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I gotta start gradually buying. I gotta start gradually buying all these kitchen tools. All right, love ya. Good night. Bye. Good night. Bye. Love ya. Oh, look at that blood. Look at that blood. Look at that blood. Wiener blood. Let me tell you, you got boo boo. You got boo boo. You got boo boo. Oh, buddy. Are you hungry? Did I not get you to shoot you this whole fucking time, dude? Did I get a burger and not get you to shoot you? I gave you a cheat sheet, didn't I? I can't remember, buddy. not a matter of having to say things quickly. We just have to find more efficient ways to get our point across quicker. Just to the point, less words. Man, must have been too long, too late. Thank you for your time and patience with me. It's been a crazy night, crazy morning. I wouldn't have it any other way. Thank you for your time and patience with me. I really mean that. I really do. And I really do thank my Lord, my God, my Father, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit. Thank you. Thank you so much. Just can't stop. You just can't give up. I mean, that's the key. Just have to keep trying. Just have to keep moving forward.